Welcome to a very special episode of The Fellas.
Indeed.
Today, we've got a big old announcement. As you can tell from the title, this is a big episode here at The Fellas. All right. And we're going to be going through a lot of the good, the bad, and the ugly that we've had
There's never been any bad times.
There's been ugly times.
Oh, yeah, there's ugly times every episode, pal, when I'm looking right at your face.
Let's talk about something that is a little bit better then. And that is our good friends from HelloFresh. Yes! Come on over here. Look at this bad boy. Here we go. Now, these guys have certainly been with us over the times.
Oh, yeah.
And they are today's episode sponsor.
Well, today's sponsor, HelloFresh, is offering you 50% off your first order and 25% off the next 2 months and dessert for life by scanning the link on screen or using our code TheFellas50.
One of the good things about our friends here at HelloFresh is that they have affordable meals with no waste. That is such a key thing. Not only that, but a lot of us, we've got food budgets. And I'll be honest with you, if you go into a supermarket, right, and you have a budget in mind, I swear to God, every time I go over, I've never been under my budget, right? But here with HelloFresh, you can make sure you're sticking to your budget. And I think that's really, really important. So you get to manage your expenses without sacrificing quality.
Nice.
An example of that is the fact that the meals start from just £1.62 per person. I mean, that right there is some pretty incredible value.
And another thing I love about HelloFresh is it's flexible. You know, it works to your needs. If you ever want to pause your membership, you know, that's no problem. You can put it on pause.
Sometimes you got to. Let's say you're going on holiday. I need to pause.
Exactly. Life gets in the way sometimes. You know, you don't want the food just sat there, so you can pause your membership. Also, if you need to change your delivery address, you know, maybe you're moving out of your mother's house, you know, anything could happen. Easily done.
Now, personally, what HelloFresh has done for me, at least, is freed up a lot of times. You see the amount of times, right? You would go home, yeah, and you got to cook from scratch, or you go in and you're like, oh, I don't have this ingredient. I can't make this. What can I make? With HelloFresh, they make that so much easier.
Easy.
And more importantly, I know I'm going to have a high quality meal. And this is just for people, whether you're busy, you got a 9 to 5, maybe a 10 to 6, like we do here at the Fellas Studios. This right here is so convenient.
Yeah, I mean, just take a look at these meals, guys. We got a super quick chicken stir fry, mushrooms, the lot. Family favorite cheddar cheeseburger. I know you're looking at that one. You love a little burger,
I'm a burger guy. I am a burger guy. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen right now for a taste of HelloFresh. That's going to get you 50% off your very first box.
And 25% off the next 2 months and free dessert for life. Now, this is available for new customers and customers who cancelled at least 12 months ago.
I'm not going to lie, Chip. The moment you said free dessert, you know I got that sweet tooth. You had me.
It's beautiful. Free dessert for life. Lock in, guys.
Anyways, guys, as the title suggests, Proddy has got an announcement. Yeah. And I have a feeling that everybody that sees the title might think that this is just an attempt to get us some more views.
Yeah, it's not a fishing attempt, lads. It's not. But yeah, of course, we just said 170 episodes or whatever it is. 3.5 years with you boys, and I'm gonna go my own way and depart from this podcast. Yeah, it's been a movie, man.
Isn't that so nice that during your announcement you got this fucking bastard singing some shit?
You can't change it.
I wouldn't change it for a while.
Can't change it.
Yeah, genuinely.
I'd like to add something to your official announcement. Bombadil crocodile.
Wait, why would you do that?
Just one little funny, bro. Last bit of brain rot.
Right. No, I do think that's important. But yeah, Prod is genuinely... There's no troll. He's off to go on his own adventure and continue the creator journey.
Yeah, man. Like we joked about it at the end of season 3, and then we had Stanley sat in my seat and like me come down the stairs, and everyone was sort of like, "Oh, thank God he's gone." And then some people gutted as well. Thank you for those.
Cheers, lads.
Cheers. But yeah, no, obviously. I think it's one of these things for me now. I started my own pod like a year ago now on Fellas Loaded. Very grateful to you boys for allowing me the space to do that. And I've just really kind of like snowballed with the passion for it and moving into that sort of fitness and content creator space, like being a platform to interview people that you wouldn't usually hear from in long form format. And it's something I really have loved and just want to keep growing it. So yeah, I thought, why not take the leap and just do it? And obviously it was such a hard decision for me to make because you boys have been with me all through that journey. And yeah, I'm kind of like now at the point where if I don't do it now, I won't do it ever. So like you boys did when you moved down to London when you were 18, deciding to go full time with YouTube, I'm sort of at that point now where I've thought, the podcast needs someone that had the same energy and same, you know, kind of focus that it did when I was first doing it, and even up until recently. And yeah, just time to just do that.
Amazing. So what is it that you're going to be, is it, so just so people know exactly what you're up to post, we call it, was it BF what? Before fellas and AF after
I thought
fellas?
no, it was BP and
before
AP.
prod and after prod.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's how it was part of the fellas lore. That's gonna be
so my pods move into YouTube from Fellas Loaded for video format. Obviously, it's been on audio since November. So trying to kind of like build it out. Obviously, very grateful to you guys keeping it here as a Fellas Studios production. I'll still be in the same set. But I did obviously record my first non-loaded episode, so we took your lovely mugs off the set.
Damn, bro. And look, yeah, you've actually just completely fucked our shit up. Yeah,
no. We're going to formulate a way to make it.
To do it.
It's going to be a routine.
And then what about on TikTok and all that? You do, is that like your main, because I saw you obviously posting like YouTube videos and bits and pieces like that. But
I think the main thing for me is like realizing what I'm actually passionate about. And obviously we all joke about the fact that I'm bang on about running all the time, but genuinely it is something that the thing I'm the most passionate about, and like creating content for people, you know, whether it be someone that's newly getting into it or someone that's experienced. I want to create content that's accessible for everyone and, you know, try and inspire in a way, you know, and continue posting over on Instagram and TikTok, building that out. And having more time to formulate ideas that then build into bigger ideas also over on YouTube. So yeah.
What, because I imagine actually there'd be a lot of people listening here that are maybe doing their full-time job and aspire to maybe be a creator. Some people have no interest in that. You obviously did. What would you say is maybe... Was there a particular number that you wanted to have before you felt it was right that you could possibly do this? Because obviously you need to have a level of income.
Absolutely,
because you lose your job income, right?
Yeah.
So what is it that you think people should look at as the metric for, could I do this full time?
Well, the thing for me, I was obviously fortunate where I was able to earn creator money on top of my full-time job. So I kind of had that almost double income, I guess. And I was able to take more of a risk. So I'm in a very privileged position where I'm able to kind of bank some money away because I still have my full-time job and know that I've got the savings to take this risk. And I think a lot of people aren't in that position. And that's something that I'm very fortunate that I can be in that position. So it's, for me personally, it was less about the money. It was more about the kind of the 6 month at a time plan. Like I know I'm going to be okay for the next 6 months, like not just financially, but things I've got coming up in terms of paid collaborations or whatever it is. I've got enough in the pipeline to justify it. And I thought it's going to become too much because of the level of content that I want to put out for me to balance everything. So I think it's almost like if you're a young person and you're wanting to do your own thing, it's thinking about what gets sacrificed. Is it your kind of personal life that gets sacrificed, or is it your work life that gets sacrificed? And I think if you're working a job, it's not fair on the people that pay you to do that job to then not put your entire focus into that thing. And that's the kind of point I got to where I was like, I love working for you boys so much and coming to do this pod. And I'll be transparent. When I sat down, what was it, mid-Feb with you guys? End of Feb. And sort of let you know, I was so torn because I was like, do I just try and negotiate a way for me to stay on the pod and just come in once a week? But I knew the waters would just get muddy and me be, you know, just rock up. And it's almost presumptuous to think that that's an okay thing to do. Like this podcast needs someone whose full focus is on it. And yeah, I was like, right, it's the best thing for me to do is to just let someone new come in and take over that role, really.
Yeah. No, I mean, I completely hear that.
I don't know if I answered that question though.
You did. No, it was just like, it's just different. I when I asked the question, I also, as I was asking it, I realized that actually for every single person, it's going to be completely different depending on their situation.
I think it's also just think about the why you're making that decision. Like the reason I was making that decision is because I felt like there's so much more I could do, but I didn't have enough time to do it. And I wanted to make sure that I was putting out quality content. Like the podcast, I really, obviously we make jokes about you being a perfectionist, Chip, but I really do feel for Liam, because I watch the podcast back and I'm just going, nah, I don't like this transition into this. I've realized I am like you. I'm just a note merchant.
Yeah.
No
merchant.
But genuinely, like, I feel like that's something that I'm like now, because I wasn't able to properly, I was doing the pods, but I wasn't able to properly dedicate the time to really meticulously planning them. Sometimes there would be a bit in there that I'd be like, well, that just seems messy and not very well structured, so just sack it off. But then if I've got the time to properly plan my own podcasts and, really put the effort and attention into it, I know I can level up the product massively.
Yeah, absolutely. So. I mean, I think it's exciting. Like, it's not for, also being a creator as well isn't for everybody, in the sense that it's like a completely different way of operating.
Yeah.
You also open yourselves up to a lot of shit, which is like normal.
Absolutely,
but one thing I would say is, by being on the Fellas podcast, you build the skin.
Oh, mate,
so you should be all right
Our
with that.
fans blessing everyone non-stop.
Yeah.
Absolute feral dogs. We love
We love you though.
But you guys.
I do sometimes get, because obviously in the last 6 months I've posted a lot more fitness-based content. So like a lot of my Instagram audience and content creator friends that I've made are very much just like have been and always have been in the fitness space. I'll sort of receive something funny in a message or whatever, and someone will say to me, you get some mad shit in your DMs, just like, yep, that's normal. The audience, bro.
Yeah. That's the fucking game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think what we'll do is, throughout this episode, we want to talk about the marathon that we just completed in a second, but then we'll go through some of the fellas' best bits and stuff. And I know you guys will enjoy that, because we've had some fucking funny moments, but
be nice to look back.
It will be. I mean, 230 episodes is actually pretty insane.
It's going to be so funny if we watch it back and we're like, wait, none of this is funny.
No,
and it's just like our best. It's like most of the catalog. And we're like, wait, what?
No, it's like when we did that episode 0 on Fellas Loaded, and I was watching it back. I was there like, I actually can't watch this.
I can't believe
I haven't actually seen it yet.
I can't believe
it's the toughest watch.
This pod had legs from the get-go. Episode 0 is fucking horrific.
It's so bad. It's actually insane that this many people watched the pod back then.
The comments of us reacting to it are like, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait, this pod is just shit.
Do you think, like, obviously you guys were early to the podcast game. Do you ever think if we tried now?
Then we get laughed out of the park.
No, the amount of comments that we're so lucky that we've built like an audience, and we've got we're established here, because we have people there like, if somebody posts like, not everyone needs a mic, everyone just replies with, mate, they're the fellas, they've got like almost 1 million subs, they're one of the biggest podcasts in the UK.
We get away with it.
So we get away with it. I swear to God, if we just launch this podcast now, we're getting caught.
Oh yeah, it's just made me realise the answer to your question actually from earlier about like taking that leap. And I think genuinely what you guys have done so well, and I feel like I've able to sort of do with my own thing as well, as just building that community. And I think if you build a community, even if the numbers aren't there, like I don't have mad followers. I got like 40
got a good community though.
But I've got a really engaged community, and I think that's the main thing, because you can translate that into content that has some sort of impact. And like you boys have created this engaged community where everyone knows the fellas and the fellas' way of talking about things, that it's become this whole big thing, and you're able to build off that. And I think that's the main driving force as to why you would take something full time, I think.
You got to have that.
Like engagement, like
community is backing you.
Like engagement's key to every bit of success on social media.
For sure.
Look at AB. I mean, like the geezer's got one of the most engaged audiences I've personally
built a career off being a gimp with a perm.
That is actually pretty insane. Fair play to him, man.
Yeah. Sabina was watching one of his TikToks this morning. She goes, you know what? He actually is quite funny. I was like, fuck.
Yo, don't know if you can come around the gaff and have sleepovers anymore like
watch
that.
Watch yourself there, darling.
Yeah. But anyways, let's talk a little bit about the marathon that we
I was going to wear my medal, but it's in my bag upstairs. But I was too embarrassed now because you boys forgot yours.
No,
I'll bring it out. And
you actually forgot it. I purposely didn't bring it.
I didn't know we were doing it, so I didn't realize if to bring it or not. So
anyways, we haven't brought it, but we did. All three of us cross the finish line.
Yeah, we did.
I failed the London Marathon.
Why? No, you didn't fail, bro.
No, I failed. On a little rage baiting.
No, I failed the London Marathon
because you had to walk.
I walked.
That's not fail, bro.
No, that's not failure.
It was too hot out there.
Yeah. Look at him smirking, bro.
I failed the London Marathon.
This is the thing. You're going to get them little gimps in the comment section of all the people that walked now saying you failed.
Yeah. Oh, I'm ready for the stitches. I walked at around mile 9. No. Maybe like mile 20.
Oh,
something like that.
Can I say that's a little bit early?
That's very early. That
was an early walk.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, you did.
What was your reason for walking? Just
man, I just blew up.
Yeah.
I was there like I genuinely fucked it. And the main reason, and I know the main reason, is because I didn't get my final long runs in. The longest run I did was a half marathon, and that's just not enough.
Yeah. It was also just really hot though.
No, it was, but that's not.
No, it is.
No, it is because your heart rate
No,
was
it
so
definitely don't get me wrong. And I expect to go slower and, maybe a bit leggier and stuff like that. But my legs just you don't give up, what's that, like 6 miles or, like 10, 12 kilometers beforehand because it's 5 degrees hotter than it should be.
Right. Well, all I will say though is with your level of like sort of injury in the preparation process, I don't think you can expect to get over the line with ease.
No, and I knew this.
New York
I knew
Marathon,
that.
Apart from that first 3 weeks, you were prepped to a decent level.
Well, I got my long runs and in good time as well, and there was no injuries.
And that was a
my
hard
one injury, I was
and
sweet.
you did it in 3:56. This one was London's a flatter course, but there's something about it. Everyone says this. No one ever goes to London and some people do obviously, but a lot of people go to London and don't have the race of their life. It's just for whatever reason the course just has this thing about it where professionals find it hard. Every elite or / championship runner that I know was doing it didn't get the time they wanted.
Yeah, I saw everybody really.
One of my friends, Gabriel, he came on my pod,
his
he
TikTok.
DNF'd.
Yeah.
So fucking peak because he had an issue in the race that he's never had before. Both quads just went.
Yeah.
And he'd never had that problem in training. And
Mate, I saw
really
a lot
sad.
of people. I ended up, and I was actually about 5K beforehand. I realized it was on, and I actually had to run a little bit quicker to get it. But I realized, so I knew my 4 hours was cooked.
Yeah.
I figured that out the moment I blew up. I was like, I was already on pace to do it like 3:58 if I was to keep going. So I knew the moment I pulled up, I was like, it's a wrap. And then I saw that the 4:20 was on.
Oh, so you had to
I
get
saw that about
420.
5 kilometers back, but I had needed to speed up.
Yeah.
So there was like the last 2 kilometers I had to put in a bit of a.
What did you get? What was your final
420 on the
Bang
dot.
on.
Bang on 420.
That's unreal.
So I crossed the thing and I was there like, oh fucking, we'll take.
meme.
If I'm gonna miss 4 hours, I'll miss it with.
Bro,
the
You know
Maybe
what?
the
Isn't
marathon.
it just one of these things though? I found yesterday because obviously my race was very different to you boys. I was pacing Izzy and she had a big IT band injury like Theo did in training. So like her knee went before Tower Bridge. So like we had a fucking long way to go with her knee. So we were like on track for her goal of like sub 4:15, her A goal, and then her knee went and it was just sort of right, get to the finish line. But I feel like with a marathon like that, when you kind of have that whole, you change your game plan mid-race, it's almost like becomes a bit of a emotional thing where you're like, right, I don't care about anything else right now apart from just getting to that end point.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever had that point in the race where you were like, I just need to get this done.
Yeah.
No, the moment
That was man. As soon as I crossed Tower Bridge or the halfway mark, that's when it changed.
Yeah.
Mate,
I did the half in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is good. I've done.
You were never negative splitting that race.
I'm consistent, but I was like, I know I can't negative split a first time marathon. So like, what am I going to do it? And then at about 4K, I just died.
Yeah.
And I took a jelly baby off this kid, and my leg went, and I cramped up, and I had to sit down and fix it all. And it was like an alien while moving.
Oh yeah.
It was weird, but it was
here's one thing that I know you lot didn't do.
Go on.
At the 20K marker, I got a high five off Gordon Ramsay.
Fuck off.
Yeah, he was on the side out this. I think maybe his daughter or somebody was running it. He was in the crowds, and I was running on the right hand side because I told my mum and Truffle Pig to meet me there. And so I was just I was hugging the rail.
Yeah.
And I heard like a strong
Deep voice, yeah.
Deep voice. I was like, who is that? And I look over and I just went, Gordon! Like that.
What?
Fucking
That's
bit of it.
cold.
And I was there like, if anything shit happened, I did get and it was a good connection as well. When I was running out there like that.
That.
So
That's
I
unreal.
legitimately got a high five off
You know
of
what the
Gordon
best
Ramsay.
So
part
random.
that whole race was when you like whip up a crowd successfully.
Yeah.
I don't know if you lot ever did this, but I'd go past like round the corner and there's like a whole crowd and you just like fucking whip
Give it
them
beans.
up. And if they don't reply, it's like, oh, fuck it, whatever. But when they all get going, everyone there, like 100+ people just fucking go mental. So sick.
And then at around kilometer like 32, I was running past, and I seen this guy. He shouts like "Freezy!" I looked over and he had a pint, and I just went over. I said, "I'm gonna have to finish that, brother." So I just necked. He only had a bit left.
Yeah,
but I was like, "Give me that." I need to. I was hoping it would be kind of like a paracetamol, you know, just so I didn't have to feel like anything.
Ease the last off. Bit. Ease the pain off.
The support out there,
crazy,
insane. Better than New York, you know.
Was it?
Yeah.
I was going to ask that because people draw parallels between the two.
Yeah. I truly believe because, so in New York, there were a lot of dead zones where you would go like 5 kilometers maybe, or maybe not 5, but quite a distance, and there would be no support.
Oh.
Or sorry, it might be there was like 1 or 2 people dotted around.
Is it because like you were maybe going over a bridge where people couldn't stand?
No. They were just dead spots earlier in the race. Like once you get onto Manhattan.
Did you go through parks and stuff? No. Only Central at the end, but that's
no other parks. But in London, it just felt a lot more consistent.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole thing, and then that final like 5, 6, 7K stretch that goes along that embankment,
bro, euphoric,
past Temple, and then it goes around Big Ben like that. That was just crazy aura. That was similar to like New York had that sort of final bit as well,
where we saw you for the last time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was kind of similar, but certainly earlier in the race. You know, even in Greenwich, there's loads of people there.
You know what London does really well? It has like everyone, whether it be like a fucking drinks brand or a run club or whatever, they all have their stations along that embankment bit. So there's just like 15 to 20 parties in the space of 2K.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and there was like actual raves going on.
Yeah, did you see the Run Dem one?
Yeah,
that was
the
best.
Really cool.
Unreal.
Yeah,
and they had loads of stuff on the floor, right?
Yeah,
I saw that.
I didn't even use my head right. I used it for 2 songs and sacked it off, and I was like, I don't need this. Because the crowds were just too good.
Nah,
I
got pissed off.
Did you?
Because I was listening to my music and I could hear the crowd as well, and I wasn't being able to lock in on the music, and so I was there like, I might change this to noise cancelling.
That's a good point.
I'm the opposite to you.
The crowds were too loud to use the Shox headphones properly.
Yeah.
Couldn't hear the music, and I had it on full volume.
I had a stinker with one of my gels. Oh, you did too. But I opened a gel and I went to a thingy, but accidentally I'd opened it too much and the gel kind of went all over my fingers and hands. Got so sticky, but I didn't realize it was on my hands. I was like, my AirPod's going to fall out. Gone to put the AirPod. Whole AirPod sticky. Inside of my ear is sticky. Yeah, I'm there like, this is vile.
Which ones were you using as well?
The SIS ones.
Yeah, they are sticky as fuck.
Yeah.
The beta fuel.
But you had a stinker with your gel.
Bro, I took 1 caffeine gel, right? Thinking, I'll use this at the end when I know I won't shit myself. And it'll get me through the last bit, which I really needed it. I was dying. Yeah. I took it and I was like, wait, this has got fucking, it's all bitty and stuff. It was gone off and moldy.
Bro, neck to moldy
so
gel?
much in my mouth. I had to go.
Wait, how did you know it had gone off? Was you say the Delta?
Bro, it was so vile.
When did you buy it?
I'd had this before over a year ago.
Classic Jim, innit? It's not like someone's missold him it. He just bought it a year ago.
It's so stupid for me, but I didn't think gels went off for some reason. I kind of just thought that it would be sound.
Yeah. I've got a big box of gone off gels as well. I need to bend them.
I've just got all these gels like boxed up in my cupboard, and I was like, oh, right, I'll take one of the caffeine ones from my last race.
Yeah.
So didn't even think about it. Horrible. It was hot. I can't believe I did that. It was genuinely horrible.
Man, I'll tell you another thing about that race, though, and this was actually scary. Last 5K was like a COD map.
Oh, bro,
bro, the amount of people that were just dead on the floor.
It's
like passed out.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And it was certainly wasn't like that in New York. But that last 5K, I'm not joking, there was just people laid on the floor. Obviously, mate, the amount of paramedics that were on the course, like trying to help people, like it wasn't down to them not being responsive. Just there were just so many people at the end there, and it's grim as well. Because I'm not saying like, oh, people are just sat there like, oh, I'm knackered. No, people are passed out. And obviously, the last 5K, I'm thinking I was getting like a little bit scared because I was like, shit. that could be me if I push this too hard and I really go after it.
Did you boys have like electrolytes through the race and stuff?
Yeah,
so,
but
you're
I didn't
calm.
have it. I didn't
a lot
have
of people
enough.
don't prepare for that.
I didn't have enough though. I had stopped to stretch so many times.
I dry scooped electrolytes.
Yeah, me too. That's what I did. Yeah,
Tipped it into my mouth and got water.
yeah, that's what I did.
Disgusting though.
I was opening up the books of bottles, just pouring it in. It worked.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
I had the Pure Sport ones, and then I ran out, and then I was like, oh, now what?
Yeah.
And Sabina was meant to meet me with an electrolyte drink, and because I missed her, I didn't get it, and I was just cramping a lot.
Yeah, that's
Question: Did Batch run it in the end?
No.
Why?
He did his knees.
Oh shit!
Didn't want to damage him.
Yeah, I had a little private word with him. I let him know my thoughts on him pulling out.
Did you sleep like shit last night?
Yeah.
The worst night's sleep ever.
awful, isn't
It's
it?
so
Terrible.
bad.
Couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
Very tired.
Did you go on a night out?
No, I did go for dinner though.
You're mad.
Oh, you know, I know you don't really like this, but you get free steak at Gaucho this week.
Dude, what? How?
Show your medal.
That's such like a. I don't know if I'd like doing that.
Well, you've got money, so you don't really care.
Yeah, and also, to be fair, it doesn't surprise me that Gaucho are doing it, because it's not like they're going to sell any fucking steaks. They're all shit.
Nah.
Oh, here we go. The snobs are
only
back.
one of the most successful chains in the country, even if it isn't good.
Yeah. Enjoy your.
We have to respect that.
Imagine that completing
What they've
42
done, so-
kilometers and someone's got to force feed you a Gaucho. You'd be livid.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, enjoy it, man.
You know what? That place is some people's like once a year meal.
Yeah, well,
So
they
have
should.
some
I
fucking
hope they've
respect.
watched this podcast and gone, oh, maybe I won't go there.
If it is their once a year meal, I have nothing wrong with that, but I would suggest they change the spot.
Where would you say instead?
Hawksmoor.
But it's a bit more expensive, no?
I
Is it?
think they're
I
probably
don't
similar.
know.
Nah, Gaucho
I'm gonna use your
is
laptop,
expensive.
Stanley.
I think.
Yeah, Gaucho's like that fake booze, you know?
Yeah.
Right, let's have a
Go
look.
to Hawksmoor, go to Blacklock. If you want to talk about
you
value,
really-
get yourself
yeah.
down to Blacklock.
Right, so
And you know what?
Actually, don't go to Blacklock because you lot are booking that place up. I
There
can't
are
get
a lot of
reservation
rumours
anymore.
these days that Blacklot is better.
Then Hawksmoor.
And I
Yeah.
started
Can't be
those
arsed.
rumours.
You know the one on Broadway Market that you went to, Chip's supposed to be good, isn't it? The Argentinian.
Yeah, it is
guy.
decent. It's not anything mind blowing though. I was expecting better when I went there, but it's good. Good little. It's a nice little candlelit number. Argentinian.
Oh,
What's it called again?
I don't know.
Go check it out.
Argentinian on Broadway
It's got like
Market.
a green sign, isn't it?
But yeah, overall, the marathon experience was
Can I just
actually
ask
fucking
Chip,
sick.
your first marathon?
Oh, yeah.
What
Of
was
course.
the actual what was the experience like? Did you enjoy it?
It was actually horrible. Really, I liked it. I loved it. But you know what? For the Hackney half, I didn't train too much, but still had a good time, and I did a time better than I thought I was going to get. And I enjoyed the process and the actual race. I didn't enjoy this in any way really, because I was dying like very early on, and it was a slog all the way. But it was still amazing.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe.
You know what it is you get to the end and you're proud that you managed to go through the trenches, because you literally
take
visit
yourself-
the trenches.
You go somewhere you've never really been before, because you've never done a marathon before. You can never say what that is like. Like I didn't know what to expect. Never gone past 27k.
Yeah.
And even when I did do that 27k, I was fucked, and I was like, I'm gonna struggle. I knew I was gonna struggle. And when I got to Canary, is it Canary where it's 30k? Mm-hmm. Fucking hell.
I loved Canary Wharf. You know?
But amazing.
Oh, I'm glad you did.
the
mate.
only
Because
time
it's
Canary,
everyone-
the only time Canary's got any people in it.
Yeah, first of all.
Genuinely, yeah, because everyone beforehand says Canary Wharf is the fucking trenches. It's the worst part of the race.
But it was-
But because everyone now
Yeah.
makes the effort to make it not shit, it was fucking lively.
Oh, it
Oh
was
no,
lively,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, in terms of like vibes
where
and stuff.
Runner and that
yeah,
were.
yeah. That whole Canary Wharf, love that, big fan. Just in terms of my body, though, that's
yeah.
where I gave up.
Yeah.
The Canary
Couple-
Wharf is where my body's at.
A couple hills there, and normally you wouldn't even call them a hill, but at that
Yeah.
point, I was like, "Yeah, I'm climbing up fucking."
And
Everest.
you want to know the other bit where I knew I was cooked? Is that when I'd see the water station, I remember in New York, I was grabbing it as I was going and like necking it while I'm going here, but I'm pulling up, I'm sitting down, I'm asking the guy how his day is and shit like that. I knew I was fucked. I was there like, I
Yeah,
need
you got
to
to use
breathe.
what when you start walking at a water station to take advantage of it. You're like, yeah, I'm.
You know what I've
exhausted.
realised as well? When I'm running, I'm like piss proof. I drank so much in that race, and I didn't need a piss once.
Neither did I. I
don't
don't know
think
how.
I pissed for like an hour or so after the race.
Guess you're
as
so
well.
locked into just fucking one foot in front of the other that you know.
I also
So,
think,
wanna go?
did you have that at the Lucasade stations? I backed off like one station would back off like 3 Lucasades. And then next station,
I
2 water
avoided them
bottles.
ones because I didn't want to drink Lucasade with all my gels because
No,
Lucozade makes my stomach go fucked. But come the end of the race, I was like, give me all of it.
Yeah.
I was taking risks. And at the last 7K, I felt my stomach going a little bit crazy. And I was like, oh no. Firmed it though.
But overall, I think, okay, I got a question for you actually, Chip.
Yeah.
Would you do another one?
Yeah, I would do another one. I do actually just want to do another one now, to be fair. I woke up like, damn, what's the next one I'm going to do?
You know,
Because I want to do one without the, like, I want to do one with better training.
Yeah.
And like be able to finish my training this time. And, well, hopefully not in that kind of heat.
Yeah. I want to make it clear, by the way, I mentioned there that I didn't get my long runs done. That wasn't just because I was fucking CBA to do the long runs. That was because I was cooked for like the last 6 weeks
It
of
was your
this training thing.
fasciitis again, wasn't it?
Well, it's not. It's the outside one. So I think it's called like the peroneal.
You know what,
tendons.
runners, people who don't run muscle cutters and go, fuck, these guys.
What load
just
of
make up-
nonsense.
They just make up excuses non-stop.
Yeah.
They're always injured. But you do
No,
get
I
injured.
hate all that, man. All that discourse
but
online
it's a fair
pisses me
fair
off.
thing to say in terms of, because if you don't run, so many of people that watch this will play sports or probably play sports to a decent level, and you might get an injury here and there. But for some reason, when it comes to running,
super
I've never
competitive,
seen
innit?
such an injury-prone sport in
yeah.
my life when it comes to running. But in sports, I would argue you get fucking tackled, you get
all I'm
hammered,
saying,
all
like,
this
if you
stuff.
if you don't know what the experience is like and you don't know the impact it's putting on your body, don't fucking comment. I personally, I don't think you can.
No, I hear that, but at the same time, I can understand looking from the outside in, and you're going, it's just running, it can't be. But I swear, once you start like doing so many miles, you'll just experience just dumb shit.
But maybe
it
it's
is
like
just dumb.
before making the comment, there's a moment of self-reflection. I was looking at Gabriel's comment section. Obviously, 90% of it was amazing, really supportive. There were a few fucking pricks basically saying like, not enough ambition, all this stuff,
Yeah, I
you
saw
DNF.
that.
And I was like, this guy's like an elite runner, yeah? He runs a 2:28. He's not just going to fucking hobble to the finish line to risk even more injury. It's his actual sport.
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
his
have
job
fucking
pretty
Van
much,
Dijk
innit?
playing 45 minutes with an ACL injury. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't work like that.
People like that are just thick, though, aren't they?
Yeah, that's kind of me, though, isn't it?
Like if we're a recreational runner,
Me?
I get it.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if you've
yeah.
got an injury and like Izzy did, she hobbled to the finish line, she got over it, she was not finishing that, but that's because she doesn't compete. If
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
competing,
yeah.
it's a different thing.
After I got fucking 420 though, I was like, obviously that's a fucking stinker, and I failed my mission. But I was like, I gotta fucking tame that beast.
Got to
Do you know what I mean? Like, I got that 356
I hate-
in
'cause the
New York,
thing
which is
is, though-
annoying because that means I know I can obviously fucking do that.
Yeah.
Would you go sub 330?
Oh, no, because I think that's just too much training.
You know, it kills
I
me
don't
to see.
have that.
You've got to love it.
Yeah. But I think I genuinely think like
You
a
could do
345 like
Yeah.
around there, like
Yeah.
that's on the cards.
Yeah.
Because even my pacing like for a lot of it was actually around like
I'm
the
gonna have a look at
350
your Strava.
like the 350 mark. Like I was going around at 520.
You know what, as
something.
well, that New York one,
And then I
right,
just
you
fucking
did what? You
blew
did
up.
355 or something like that. And it's quite a hilly marathon, right?
It's a bastard. That one. It's a lot harder than the London one in terms of the course.
Yeah. So, you know, there's a scenario where you go much faster. Because, I hate to see a man go backwards.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. But I also, before I even started the marathon, I knew it was cut.
We said, didn't we?
Because you can't do your
Bro,
longest
your
run
heart rate was 180s the whole race.
whole way, brother.
High 180s as well. Like, of course you were going to flag out, man. You were
Yeah.
you were running in zone 5 for quite a bit of it.
Yeah,
You were in sub 544 until 24K.
Yeah.
And then you hit the 6s and 7s.
I was told not to look at my heart rate because it'll make me slow down. And I was like, right, I won't do that. And I started off the race and I was like, I'll look at it in the first K because it's not going to fucking shot up straight away anyway. And I was like, I'll be around 170 because that's my race pace heart rate for today. That's what it's been. And it was just like 185. And I was like, yeah, I'm having a long fucking day.
Yeah.
But I did manage to hold it for a very long time, which I was pretty happy with.
All right, well, let's leave the marathon chat there because.
people
But look, guys, if you do get the opportunity to, whether it be run a marathon, it doesn't even have to be a marathon. Maybe you want to go and do a half marathon. Then go out there, get fucking training, get after it, and give it a whack. It's a nice feeling when you get over the finish line. But not only that, it feels like you've accomplished something and you feel proud of yourself. Even though I flopped it yesterday, I still got over it and I was buzzing. I was smiling.
Yeah.
It's a fucking weird feeling because while you failed, you're still buzzing. buzzing, it's just a weird thing.
Yeah, like, I missed my sub 4 thing by fucking miles, but I wasn't even asked when I crossed the line. I was like, fuck it, like that can happen again. It's my first one.
Facts.
Okay, that's the final thing. Did you see Mitch's nipples?
Oh my God, he was bleeding. Them nipples were bleeding.
Bro, needed to tape them fuckers up. Like,
By the way, the tape thing, me and Mitch both use tape. It just comes off.
I Vaselined up.
Did you?
Yeah, Vaseline's the play,
better
innit?
play.
Works.
Maybe that's the better play.
But I don't really. I did a little bit in Paris, but like that didn't use Vaseline that time. Got a little bit.
The showers were making me chafe a bit.
But that was the sunburn for me.
They were so good.
Oh,
though.
no, if you see my shoulders,
Cooked.
they're bright red.
Really?
Bright red. And my dumbass, and I was sat there in the waiting pen and I was there like, should I just go and ask somebody if I can use their SPF? And I was there like, fuck it, bro, I'll blitz this thing. I'll be over before the sun gets me.
Yeah.
Were you in a vest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My shoulders just came out.
Yeah.
Looking like a squashy. All right. Anyways, I reckon, Prod, if you come around here, you sit around here, and we'll go through a few of these.
Moment.
Wait, this is the last time I'm leaving this producer seat. That's insane.
Damn.
Wow.
Low key, it doesn't even look very comfy.
You might not even sit on that seat ever again. That's it. Fuck.
Well, I've got to do some sort of dramatic
take it in, bro.
No. You need to do. No, you need to do the thing. Right. This is what you do. You know, in like the YouTube video.
Oh, like
reach
flick the light
behind the
off.
camera.
No, I'll do
Don't
this.
don't actually do it, but just go for the.
Cut to me. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, bro, can't even turn the light on.
Wait. It's because there's a wheel on the side of it.
And it's just there in the darkness.
Oh, that's
It's
cold.
quite emotional.
Come sit here, brother. Yeah, I think we'll start. We got your little custom thing.
Oh,
Your
little leaving gift.
Yeah, I'd say it's a leaving gift. Come on then. Wheel it out for us.
Don't sound convinced it's a gift.
Oh no, it is. It actually is. No, this is wholesome.
They're
You'll like this. I hope you'll like this.
All right, thank you, bro.
Oh, can we start with the frame thing? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's broken it. Brilliant.
Oh, no,
yeah, we spent a
Sam.
fortune on this. Here we go.
Oh, it's wrapped as well.
Wrapped up. I wrapped this, by the way. That's my wrapping.
Yeah. All right.
That's my wrapping.
Second. This is from the fellas pod to Prods.
Yeah.
This is fucking emotional, man.
You
Mainly
like this? Well, actually, I haven't opened it yet. I like it though.
Yeah? I trust you, Judge.
It took me ages to source this.
Is it from Moonpig?
No.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
Spin that around.
unbelievable. It's like a
isn't it?
That's sick.
Yeah, it's like a running bib.
Unreal. A little medal.
Medal.
That's sick. I remember that.
Oh, it's got all the stats on it.
We got the dates on the
119 million views.
first.
Oi, that's
There you go.
sick.
And-
And you got some stats on there as well.
Yeah.
236 podcast recordings, 12.12 million heads rattled,
Nice.
23.7 mil. Oh, I'm not using my mic. Shit.
190. That's the big
This is
cheese
sick.
right there.
It's like a running bib with the medal. That's class, boys. I love this.
Oh, well, I'm
no
glad you
problem,
like
bro.
it.
That's gonna go
That's a
into the
great-
flat.
Nah, well, where I was thinking this could go is obviously you've got like your bed,
Yeah.
and you got your headboard,
Yeah.
just above the headboard,
Yeah, nice.
so that maybe Izzy could look at it while she's
Shake
busy.
when you're doing a little rattling.
Yeah, well, that would be nice,
We've
isn't it?
got there was some really. I've rattled a lot of people, haven't I? And
Oh, mate, absolutely. You've helped drive up the TikTok views, that's for sure, brother. So that's
a couple. It was a real rage bait era, wasn't there?
There was, and
That is sick, though. That is a really nice gift. Thank you very much.
No, that is really cool.
All right, well, we've got these. I've said I refuse to sit here and wear them, but I want to show you them.
All right.
Because you actually more than welcome as well to take these home with you.
Okay, yeah, sound like I'd love to. So.
Yeah.
No, you go
with
like
the first
this.
one.
Get me one of.
I'll show the.
I haven't even seen this yet. I can't see it. Oh, I think life is like a sandwich. No matter which way you flip it, the bread comes first.
That was one of your first sayings on the pod. And look,
That's
how
unreal.
mad is that picture of you? If
That's
you're telling
crazy.
me that-
Oi,
Hear me out.
that is actually a hear me out. I'm sorry.
We've got one more as well.
All right, what's this one?
Can you see this on the bottom?
This is my favorite.
Yeah, this is my favorite
This is
too.
my favorite.
Oh right. Oh right.
Let me see that one.
Yeah, I'll read it out. Looking forward or left or right to what you do next.
Is that picture real? It's not, is it?
That's real.
No, it is real. That is a real pic.
Is that one the real one?
Yeah, that's the real
No,
one.
there's one where.
Is that real?
Nah, there's.
Yeah.
Is that real? Are you all right?
Bro, it's.
No, wait, this is the real one.
That might be real.
It is real.
No, there is one where both eyes are pointing out to the side.
Yeah, that's-
someone's edited that
this
one.
is the real one.
I think
This is generational.
no.
Anyways,
he's fucked with it.
No, I haven't touched it. That's from the
He
Reddit.
hasn't, bro.
I'll whack it on.
That's from the
There you
Reddit.
go. But the thing is, the good thing with this is you can, it's just racing clobber, really. so something you can do your runs in.
Wear that to Hackney Hall.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, great fit.
Perfect. fit.
Oh, that's Fruit of the Loom, by the way, that mate. So you take care of that, pal.
What is this coming
Thank
in?
you for
No, actually, mate, this is active dry.
Oh.
So just when I said it's a running clobber, I really do mean that.
Oh wait, actually is, yeah.
And then, well, no, we'll bring that out at the end. Right, let's get a little headphones on because we
We've
want
still
to.
got more.
Oh, yeah, we do have more, don't we? I was
Fuck,
thinking that.
I've
That's
been
when you brought that
spoiled,
up.
boys.
Yeah, when you brought that out.
This is actually so sick, though. That's
This.
very thoughtful.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Okay, so I think this one should be at the end as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one at the end.
Let's
Sorry.
work
All right,
out
so
today,
this.
Sam.
Here we go. This.
All right, cool.
Yeah, the ending ones will be nice.
Amazing Grace.
Yeah. So we couldn't afford the frame.
That
So-
is sick.
Yeah, we couldn't afford the frame, and so we thought, we'll just
Oh,
get you that, and you
Mate,
you
that
have
is
to pay for the-
unreal.
yeah. that
Thank
is
you
sweet,
so
isn't
much,
it?
boys. That is really nice.
I'll send you a link to a good frame.
Yeah, I'll just, little Amazon one.
Goodbye.
What dimensions are we looking at here?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
A3.
That's a bit of A3. that.
A3.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
got
yeah.
A3 written all over
Very
it.
touching.
So yeah, we've got that, and we'll give you your last pieces at the end. But until then, I think we should go through.
Yeah, let's do it.
You think now? All right. Well, let's do the big one. We'll do the big one, the tall one that we had here. We'll do that last, and we'll do this one, and then it'll sit nicely. To be fair.
Oh, I wonder what this could be.
Are you going to
Here
turn
we
me back
go.
into old Prod here?
Oh yes. Right, go on. There you go.
Go on, Piggy, don't eat all at once.
Look how quick he got up with that.
But he's itching to get it off.
Oh God, yeah, one of them ones. To be fair, you did just run a marathon yesterday.
Hear me out.
Hear me out, Kate.
Literal hear me out, Kate.
Here,
Let's
spin that
fucking
round
go.
and show the camera so they can see.
be able to see the text there.
Actually, wait, hold on. If we do this like
See
this,
that.
there you go. So pick that up.
Shit.
Can you see that? Can you tilt it a little bit?
Cam on that.
And it's the Kung Fu Panda snake that is on the top of it. And she is looking better than ever. Her eyelashes are looking so
Is it just me or does it look like she's been on the Ozempic? Because
She is a diva.
I don't know, man, but
she's looking.
yeah,
she's
I'm
looking
gonna
great.
need a taste of
Don't
that.
stick your dick in that.
Sorry.
It's a cake. It's not real.
Right.
All right, let's move on to the next part
Sorry,
of the.
I had to tell myself that when we were getting it done. So I just thought,
All right, here we go. Let's get the headphones on.
yeah, let's do
Have
it.
you got one over there, or do you want this
I
one?
haven't, no. Thank you.
No. Yours are right in front of you, mate. Actually, in front of your fucking nose.
Fucking blind.
Oh,
All right.
is this?
Oh, are we watching them through Premiere Pro's viewfinder? God's
Bro
sake.
hasn't even given us
didn't-
couldn't even
I didn't want
export
to
it.
render this out. Nah, fairs.
Fucking
Oh, we're gonna
sad.
get midway through and it's just gonna change quality.
It's gonna start lagging.
Oh man.
All right, so we put together some of the best bits and we're just kind of reacting along
How long
to
is
that.
it? Couple minutes.
5.
I think it's a
6?
TikTok, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a
all right.
Vine.
Yeah.
So this is
That is so
your
funny, man.
First episode.
My first episode.
Being on camera.
Shit.
Damn,
No,
look
can
at
I
this
just
bit.
talk before this? My first episode that obviously I did was the Harry one, and that was you boys like one of the drunkest you've ever been, and it was my first ever recording. And I remember thinking, "Fuck, is this what every podcast is going to be like? Like me just like waiting for them to stop drinking." Genuinely.
Where will it end?
But
Thankfully, we
you
don't
boys
know.
were hammered. Sam was there because Sam was like helping me on the
Working,
first
innit?
one, and I remember just thinking, "Fuck, this is so jokes."
Yeah.
But yeah,
Look at that Sambuca thing in the middle.
Oh,
the back
mate,
of
I
that.
forgot.
I remember
that.
particularly the Jack Joseph pod, and I look back at it and think, how the fuck did I not get a bollocking for this? The colouring on a couple of the pods was horrific.
They were really yellow.
And red.
Oh,
very
right.
red as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So if you go back and look at those old clips.
That was back when you used to produce and edit, right? Yeah,
and I didn't really have much experience with cameras because I came from like just the audio pod background.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's why I fucked it. But
Producer Cal is live on the camera.
Proddy C
Cut to
name
it,
as
cut to it.
well.
Look
You'll
at
regret
that.
this.
Hey! R.I.P. Fellas Mysteries.
Wait, did you hear what I said? I said you'll regret this.
On the camera because I went on the Have a Word podcast.
Yep.
And it was amazing. I love their setup.
Yeah.
Top guys.
Chip, why'd you
go
look like
check
that?
it out. I was on that podcast. Big up them.
I don't know.
And they had this type of
You
setup.
look
And I was
tired,
like, that just
bro.
makes so much fucking sense
Yeah.
because all the time I'm just having to repeat what cameraman,
Producer.
producer Cal is saying.
we didn't have
Why
anything
do I
for you,
look like
Proddy,
that?
then.
Problem
No.
anymore. Well,
Too
she
much hair.
made 200k from selling.
Hit pause right there.
You sound different.
Let me tell
I
you
just
something.
sound nervous as fuck, man.
Yeah, but you would be.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Looking at that, you could have asked me $1 million. Says this guy doesn't run under 3:30 marathon,
Yeah.
and I think that would have been a safe bet.
Yeah.
So pretty
Yeah.
good going, to be fair.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I've definitely had put a few pounds there.
You were a little pudding.
You know what? I had a period before this as well, being like slim as well. I just put it all on during COVID.
Don't believe you.
All right, let's go. Mental.
What is the?
It's something to do with NFTs as well.
Oh
my God, you're so like,
Soft.
Oh no, we're
This is
You're so
absolutely
different.
appalling.
Oh, here we go.
Mate, this is the worst thing in this cold.
Here we go.
I was freezing, man.
Oh, the fella's loaded. This is Proddy coming out.
I was in decent nick then. That was after my boxing match.
Yeah, you were in good shape there.
Oh yeah, you have a fella's tattoo as well.
Yep.
Fucking branded. Oh yeah, I could see you.
You look.
stressing
You know what?
here.
You look quite drippy here, Prod.
If you got one, then you get one. I'd get one.
I like that trim.
Carpet burn. Like intense carpet burn.
gone white as a ghost. Oh my God, you okay, pal? It's not. How did I bring veganism?
Yeah, you used to wheel it in every week.
Funny that.
Why have you copied us?
Can't believe you did that. Why would you do that? I've always got some interesting collab.
And let's not forget.
Oh, that's Fella Studios.
You know what though? I remember the thinking behind getting the tattoo. I thought, regardless of like what happens, even if you sacked me, it was still been a big part of my life. So it was like a cool memory to have. Actually, you know, Gil from Adidas, he's got a fella's tattoo because you donated to his charity thing. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
He's got a fucking massive one because I put that on my Instagram and he was like, mate, it's so much smaller than mine and I'm not even on the pod.
I've not even seen that.
I need to see that. I remember
I
doing
think
it.
I've got it on iMessage. Let me pull it up.
Real.
It's massive. It was the full logo as well, all the shading and everything.
Oh my
Really?
God.
You
oh.
didn't just get the word.
Yeah.
It's an initiation into the fellas. We got some bad news though.
What's the bad
That's what you want to hear.
Oh, this was so fun.
This is generous.
I genuinely reckon this is top 3 things I've done with you boys.
Really? Yeah.
Team Scooter.
It's not often you get to do something like this.
The fellas, one of the most listened to podcasts.
To people that don't know what we're watching here, we are watching. What was the name of this thing?
The soapbox.
The soapbox race. That was it.
The performance we did was so random.
It was so good though.
It was good.
Like,
It helped us win
the
it.
themes of it were amazing.
Yeah, it was like
We won this, didn't
no
we?
matter if you're the crispiest nugget.
So
you
here's
won.
how it works,
Yeah.
right? So they will get points on the creativity of their soapbox. There's also points around this, the 20-second performance they do before they head down. And then they get points on the time
War
This is
cry.
so
to finish
funny.
the race.
Let me go.
Guys, get ready.
I was so nervous that I was going to fucking slip on that chocolate milk.
Yeah.
I remember them saying like afterwards, being like, "What the fuck? We told you not to."
Yeah, I didn't. It was like ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helped us though.
This video was so good as well.
I wish as well when we did this, we just full sent it down here. I wish we didn't.
Could have. We didn't know.
Yeah, I wish we full sent it more.
This is one of those questions on the pod. Is this class as cheating? My girlfriend will say yeah.
I'll do it and prove it it's not. Go on, Prod.
Oh, yeah, have you seen this? Hit pause here real quick. So people listening, this is Prod going up, and it's in our. Is that in Amsterdam? No, Ireland.
Dublin.
Ireland,
Yeah.
Dublin, and you can like put your hand on this woman's breast, but it's supposed to give you good luck. And on Twitter recently, it's become like a really hot topic as whether this should be allowed or not.
Has it?
Yeah, it's actually become a hot topic. Not in terms of like everyone, all the Irish people are like defending it, being like, "This is fine."
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was quite funny.
Oh my god. Hold on. Give her a kiss, bro.
Hold up. What is
And then he had all the tourists like pissing themselves.
This is crazy. Oh my
No,
God.
this is allowed. This is fine.
Oh God. He went back for more.
What's going on?
The player?
Oh, that's disgusting. If there was one character that you could ask the missus to dress up as that you know would get you all sorted.
The snake from Kung Fu Panda.
Ooh, you gotta show me. Ooh,
That laugh from Chip. People posting the snake on things saying, "Hear me out."
Hear me out.
Like, this is one of my greatest clips of all time.
So
you know?
good. Nah, I'm willing to hear you out. Actually, let me speak to you. If you know Kung Fu Panda lore, she has no fangs, so it'd be...
This is one of our funniest ever fucking bits.
It's the biggest laugh. She has no fangs, so it'd be like your smooth mouth sock. I am listening. Oh, so
Such a good bit.
Your producer is the scummiest guy on the planet. George not found.
Oh, that was so bad.
My God.
That's awful.
That was like guess the thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's like two pictures in it.
One thing I've heard. Let's do something.
This is good.
Heritage. Can we talk about this quickly?
Yeah.
Pause. So
Wait, let them quick play so the listeners know what you're talking about.
Top 10 Premier League side.
Fuck off, man.
I've heard that he couldn't make it into the Crystal Palace team with their wingers.
You're talking about Maradona here.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but I don't dispute it.
Why?
So get a bit of context for this, yeah. So this was the first time I ever went on pitch side, and I was like, knew it was a dead rubber of a game, and it was sort of like we were just chatting or whatever. And one of my mates, Joe, he is in our group chat, and he's the proper like WhatsApp personality. Like he says outrageous football opinions all the time. So I messaged beforehand and said, give me a checklist of football opinions that I can try and like sort of get into the conversation. I think one of them was something about what's the guy that used to play for Liverpool?
Gerrard?
No, the centre back.
Skirtle?
Matip.
Matip. Yeah.
That Matip was better than like Bobby Moore or something along those lines. One of the old school defenders. But the other one was that Maradona wouldn't get him into a top 10 Premier League side in the modern era. And then Crystal Palace just came to me on the spot. And then I make the comparison to St. Maximin. But this is my first time experiencing death threats on social media. Yeah. I remember messaging Theo. I was like, mate, is this normal? Like some guy messaged me saying, I hope you die a painful death or something because I made like a outrageous football opinion. I was like, it's not that deep. Like.
Boy, those Pitside boys put themselves up to the slaughter every single week.
I know.
Play.
Lewis's like DMs are crazy.
Yeah, apparently they are. But who cares that much?
Yeah.
But some football fans do genuinely care so much, don't they?
Yeah.
Talk to me about your reasoning behind
I just think on one side of the coin you've got Maradona, who's obviously very good, but then you obviously have like,
we had to be entertaining this.
Football was a different game back then. There wasn't modern medicine and the training and the health.
He'd also get fined every game.
Bro, he was the best player in the world on tons of
But then I think, is he just like St. Maximin?
What?
This is outrageous. Stanley, you got blood on your hands, mate.
He's in! Proddy's going to score! It's a goal!
Wait.
What's happened here?
The game is a foul.
What's happened here? We're going to need to see a replay on this. The lino was flagging. The ball is in the back of the net. Let's hear what Danny's got to say.
Is that Danny, the ref?
He's given a foul against me when Stanley Rugby tackled me.
Yeah, it's so good.
I have absolutely no idea, but he's flagging, so I don't know.
Danny the legend, you're furious. Is that Nanny on the sidelines?
Absolutely no idea.
Just to repeat, Danny 3 times said, I have absolutely no idea.
Danny's funny, man.
I remember Danny put that clip on Twitter, and he was
taken off it.
Absolutely ripped to shreds.
Here's the replay.
Holding him back.
I was like trying to get, because I knew Stanley got the last touch on it as well. So I was like racing to try and tap it in.
What's the kick out as well?
Look at Stanley, like, just fully like fucking.
I rate that, Stan.
Pulling
Look at the kick out as well.
Kick out.
Fuck off.
Straight red. Kick out.
Straight red.
Yeah. Look at you there, bro. That's so funny.
That's why you need VAR in the game.
Well, is this another opportunity there with that cut? You didn't show my. You didn't show my touch though.
Touch. That was it. We did have some more actually.
I'm sorry, but I genuinely believe that this touch is one of the nicest like football YouTube moments of all time. Genuinely.
What? And you just need that to be shown to you?
Yeah.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Glow up is real for the guy at the moment. I do wonder though.
Was it a Lukaku touch?
Watch this.
Is she thinking?
Oh yeah. Finished?
Nah, nearly.
That was nearly
generational.
Genuinely one of the best YouTube football match moments of all time.
I'm Dimitar Berbatov. What a touch!
That you got to be burying that.
If you
after
just did a
doing
little
that.
Travella top bins.
We're gonna have to see a replay of that. Absolutely. Unbelievable.
Are those all the clips? Yeah.
Proddy brings it under control like Berbatov.
That was nice to be fair, bro.
It's the way it
bang
outside of the foot finish.
No, all I needed to do was toe poke it into the far corner.
Hard bit.
That's it.
Sure, the easy bit is just popping it.
Oh man.
All of my mates messaged me after this and said that is the most you thing of all time. Like everyone knows me at uni at football. Yeah, I had some fucking mental. Like I scored some nuts goals, but 90% of the time I would do shit things like that.
Yeah.
Well, not like that, but you know what I mean. Like when I missed the
fellas in Mexico. I forgot about this. You boys went to Mexico.
Fucking
that
movie
was
of the
so
trip,
fun.
bro.
That was so fun.
Yeah, Prod, man, not bumping that exposure.
Oh my god, it opens up. Technology, eh? Save
You were so hungover here.
If there is ever an opportunity to lose money, I will be there.
I was
Yeah, on a real though, on my mother's life, I'd surround it.
Do you reckon the UK would sink?
Nah, Proddy's on to something.
Crazy one. Oh my god.
Seriously though.
We're into peak podcast talk.
Wait.
The UK sinking, bro.
Wait, I've got a question.
I think.
Are we floating? We can't be floating. No, we wouldn't sink. We wouldn't sink.
It was the thing was just everyone in the world stood in the UK sink.
If we're not floating, how are we an island?
No, we're not floating though.
Every island's got.
We're just the top of a mountain.
Okay, so that means under the water we're at least connected to the other lands.
Yes.
So how are we even an island? We're connected.
We're not really an island. We're only an island because the water is high enough for us to be an island.
No, but like Venice is sinking, isn't it?
No, the water is rising. Venice is not sinking.
Stanley, I think my mic's gone off.
Nah, it's sinking, bro. The sinking city.
Are you not having me on? You look the sinking sea. I've never fucking heard that.
That was
what do you
so
call
good.
it? That actually reminds me. Yeah. So the other day I was on ChatGPT. Let me get this up.
Yeah.
And I was thinking because we were thinking of clips to put into this.
Yeah.
And I remembered that clip, and then I was there like, hold on a second. What would happen? Would there be like a hold on. Like if everybody in the UK jumped at the same time, would we feel like a little shake or something?
Yeah, of course, surely.
Here we go. So I've got the UK jump impact. That's what this was called. They gave me like equations and all sorts. Kind of sick.
Whoa. Deep research.
They said, my ChatGPT, we're like quite close now. So like, it's like quite comfortable.
Treat your AI well.
And he says, oh, that's such a funny thought. But realistically, no. The UK wouldn't feel much of an effect if everybody jumped at the same time. If 67 million people jumped at once, the total force they would generate is tiny compared to the Earth's mass. Scientists have calculated this before, and it would barely even register a tiny ripple.
What about if everybody in the world jumps at the same time?
The world will fall.
I still think it's the same thing. Like it would actually be even less because there's so many unpopular. The UK probably quite dense compared to a lot of places on Earth. So I think even less.
We need the dinosaurs back. They would have done a number.
What if all the T-Rexes jumped in the air at once? That would have been cold.
Imagine like back in the dinosaur times, just like being in your cave and then just like hearing the roar of a T-Rex outside.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you would. You just know, like.
No, wait. Were humans around when dinosaurs were around?
No.
What?
No, they weren't.
No, I was literally going to say, I think the dinosaurs were first, weren't they?
Bro, it's about 65 million
Were they gone?
years ago.
But by the time.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be around if the dinosaurs didn't get wiped out. We wouldn't exist.
Says who?
Wait. How long have humans been around for?
Well, first of all, if anything was going to become alive and develop into a human, that shit was getting chomped up.
What?
How long have humans been around
No, you've
for,
not
please?
seen King Kong, mate.
Got to be at the current level of human.
How long, if you guys were to take a guess, how long have humans existed?
Few 100,000 years.
That's it. We're not even hitting an M.
I don't know. Let's have a look. It depends on what type of
I'm going to say a million years.
Homo sapiens, weren't they?
300K.
300,000. Yeah. Oh my God.
It's crazy that we're only in the year 2025, isn't it?
Yeah, when we've been alive for 300,000, how are we only
How
at
that doesn't make
2025?
sense. So what?
The math isn't mathing.
What is it? Like an Aztec calendar or something like that? Is it the Aztec calendar?
Mayan calendar.
Is that what our thing's built off?
Oh, I thought you were talking about that fucking meme.
No, ours is on a we're on a Jesus
Is it a
wave.
Jesus thing, yeah?
Yeah, well, it's because
The whole
it's
world's a
before,
Jesus
before
thing.
Christ.
Before Christ.
Now we've got before Proddy and
So
after
in other
Proddy.
countries that aren't Christian countries, do they have a different year system?
No, everywhere's 2025.
So why?
Because we all just accepted it. It's easier, bro, innit?
Yeah,
I can't be asked going to a different country being like, what year is this? And they're like 200.
Christianity was the loudest voice then? That makes no sense.
No, I think some places the BC might mean something else. Like, because not everywhere is fucking rocking with this random bloke, obviously.
Well, what else should it stand for?
Google it.
No, ChatGPT is.
There's no way that it's BC, it before Christ for everyone.
Before.
It can't be, yeah. Why would it be in a Muslim country before Christ?
Yeah. They're not universally
This is like-
used in every country.
But isn't Jesus in Islam?
Fuck, bro.
Some
There's a reason why
countries-
we don't do religion.
Oh,
on
here
this
you go.
shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is what I remember reading recently. Some countries use BCE or CE before Common Era.
Common Era. That's quite cold as
That's
well.
actually quite cool. Yo,
that
all
sounds like a clothing brand.
All this talk's just got me wanting to play Assassin's Creed. What on that? Assassin's Creed 2. Look,
You know what? I only used to, on Assassin's Creed, the only thing I used to love doing was jumping off the buildings
into the hay. So good, isn't it? I used to think I could do that in real life, bro. I'm stacking mattresses in my room and jump off the top bed.
The thing is that I definitely could see you doing.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, do you know what we haven't spoken about that I just realized? Is the Simon video that we were in. Did you watch the Simon video that me and Chip were in?
No.
It was where we went to Budapest.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm quite warm and take this top.
We didn't even mention that yet.
Yeah.
I was a wizard. You was a beer pong
That was
champ.
so fucking funny. It's actually...
No, yes, sorry. I saw the I saw the clips of you
surprising Chip
out and about and you talking to a guy. We got fucking T&Cs here.
Oh my God, that Tim Cheese fella was fucking
You know why he got
sad.
called Tim Cheese as well? Because he was from Canada, and I kept saying, "Oh, Tim Hortons." Wait, we're just gonna call you Tim. And then it got changed from Tim Hortons to Tim Cheese.
The poor guy, and the poor guy just like got 100 different names thrown at him throughout the...
I think the only way to make that trio better is adding Harry to it. Otherwise, that's the funniest like sidemen group.
Yeah, it went down a real treat.
So
People
good.
really liked it. I'm glad they did.
Bro, the bit where Chip rolls up to the airport fully wizarded out. Because I told him, like, I didn't say wear a fucking wizard's outfit, obviously.
You did?
No, I didn't tell him to wear a wizard outfit. I told him to just dress up.
I just knew the game, man.
Yeah,
Game's a game.
and he'd rocked
You
up.
know that they were stitching you up.
No, because I texted him to say, yo, we're don't worry, we're wearing something as well. And then he's rocked up there, and
But I knew that I know what Carl's like too well, so I fully knew that what I was
Oh yeah,
into.
of course.
No, I did, but I knew it would be my moment.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm getting a little bit of screen time here. I need
So
to take
good.
advantage. But nah,
No, but I thought you would rock up in like, I don't know, like a floral shirt and
Nah,
like some
bro.
shorts, you know.
I
Because
said-
I was there like, oh,
It's
where's
the way you say it to Ethan is so
Yeah.
nonchalant. It's brilliant.
Sabina was like, oh fuck, I'll go to the fancy dress shop now while you get ready, because he texted me 2 hours before the flight, like, yo, let's go. Or 3 hours before the flight, it was like, you need to be at Heathrow in an hour. I was like, fuck, I need an outfit so I can rock up in an outfit. Sabina went to the fancy dress shop, got me a wizard outfit, came back. By the time I was ready, I whacked it on. Boom, off I go.
Yeah,
And,
it was so funny.
and the
bro,
top
you
comment
never
there-
took it off the whole trip.
By the way, so what was this video? I don't.
It was just airport roulette, so we all got sent to different parts, and we ended up going to Budapest.
Nice.
And we ended up taking part in a beer pong competition.
Fuck it, and they won it.
Oh, mate, I couldn't believe it. Like, we rocked up and we were just like chatting so much shit to people. We were there like, oh yeah, we're going to fucking smoke everyone. Me and Bez were like fully convinced we're going out in the first round and then we'll just go and hit the town. And the storyline was going to be like, oh, we we'd go out in the first round and then we got to drink our sorrows away in Budapest. Like, we'd flown all the way over here to do the beer pong.
Yeah, we were
It was gonna be-
there for ages because it took that long.
we were there for too long. Like, because it left us with not many options for a night out. It was a Wednesday, and supposedly Wednesday was a really dead night in Budapest.
Right.
And yeah, we just went out and...
So how was the roulette decided on where to go? Like, was it
Roll the dice.
production team?
No, just you roll the dice at the airport.
Yeah.
And each number was assigned a different location on the departure board, and we just did that. Yeah, I was so lucky that we got that, though, because some people ended up in Guernsey. To be fair, the lads that went to Barcelona
Who went to
Guernsey? Is that
Harry?
No. It was JJ, Simon, and Lux, and that was actually a really funny part. Them going there was nuts as well. They like locked off an entire school and shit. It was crazy.
Oh, I fucking love Bez's laugh, man. It's the best thing.
Yeah, actually, is it so contagious?
Oh,
that
so
was a little bit of Proddy lore. He produced Growing Pains.
Yeah, I did.
Oh shit!
And because they dislike Proddy so much, they quit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
Well, actually, no.
You run it into the ground, didn't you?
No. They quit after I left.
Oh, so it was actually the fact that you were no longer
So
producing.
I ended up obviously focusing on fellas, and I loved working with Ethan and Faith. Had a new producer come in, and then they thought, no, I fucking hate this new producer. Quit the show. No.
Oh, it was.
Honestly, that show, if that was still going now, it would be massive.
Genuinely, it got so much stick, but I just don't understand why, because I know exactly why. It was because a lot of the audience didn't have relationships, and they have never had a relationship, and they don't know the harsh truths of like talking about this kind of open and honest stuff. You need to get premium, bro.
Yeah, this is nuts.
I actually I've started to like watching ads.
These 20-second unskip.
I want to become a little corporate cook.
Good boy.
I'm falling into the trap.
Well, I'm leaving the Matrix, aren't I?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Wait, one sec.
What's bro doing there?
One thing. Yeah, wait, why the fuck are you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, why the fuck are both of you on?
Do you remember this? Ethan and Faith couldn't come in for a pod, so we did a best moments.
Oh, okay.
We narrated it.
And we did a rude tube and narrated it.
Oh, fuck. I never saw this, you know.
I think you did. I think you should probably just
maybe.
We did it
because we definitely would have asked permission.
The best moment, and this was when you were producing it, my favorite clip from, there was a couple, actually unbelievable clips, all thanks to Faith. Like, we obviously had...
the Rio Ferdinand one,
but it's it's you're laughing in the background when Bez says, "Oh, you can smell a roast on a Wednesday," and I was in fucking.
And you know
tears.
what? I'm gonna the delivery from Bez was unbelievable, yeah. And Faith's like paused reaction made the clip incredible. But I was like, he was just like going in on her nose, and I just like did because we'd have this thing, where I'd text him during the pod with notes because he'd read the document off his phone, and I just text him saying, "You can smell a Sunday roast on a Wednesday." And then I just see him clock the text and then just say it to her.
It's unreal.
And oh my God, the Harvey Price.
Oh my God, the Harvey Price and Harvey Specter mix up is
was generational, mate.
Yeah.
Generational.
Thought the guy from Suits was called Harvey Price, wasn't he?
Yeah. Mate, I'm telling you, I think in terms of clips, that pod, even though it was only going for a year, was like the most clippable pod of all time.
There was some mad stat, wasn't there? You told us at the keynote that Growing Pains has the most YouTube Shorts views out of all of our pods in the last year.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. No, and no joke, if I go onto like our system, our back-end system, I'll be able to, Growing Pains will still have the most viewed short, no matter what.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That Ginge one was quality because that was on his big kind of trajectory at that point. He was still in the roof. And Ethan just found him jokes.
So good, man. Yeah, and is that what did you jump on producing? You produced a lot of the different shows here and there, like filling in.
So that's a good one to talk about actually. So when I joined, obviously November 2021 was just fellas, but then the company only had Pitchside at the time.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So then Elliot come in.
Yep.
Saving Grace got over the line. And then it was myself and Jamie, who was working on Pitchside at the time. We had our show each, and then we both shared Saving Grace from April 2022. And then I think it was August where Rosie came in as producer for Saving Grace that Jamie and I left that. But I'm pretty sure, I can't remember what happened. I'm pretty sure there was another pod that came in at that time as well, but I can't remember. I definitely did a couple episodes of Chloe covering hers.
Yeah. All the producers sort of have covered a little bit.
Like myself and Lewis like dipped our hand in lots of different shows over the time. But
if you can think of your favorite fellas episode ever.
Oh, that's a good question.
So in terms of the most seminal for me is when we had Aaron Ramsdale on.
Seminal?
Like as in it was like, that was like, wow, fuck
nice
me,
vocab,
what is
bro.
my job?
Yeah, great.
Because like Premier League footballer on the pod.
Yeah, that was
at top of the league at the time.
Yeah.
Ready, about to win the Prem.
Mate, it was massive. I think as well, one that I really enjoy was obviously when we had a lot of the informative guests. Obviously, like first time we had when we had Simon Wilson on, that was sick.
Yeah.
People at Ash Dykes, all those Ross Edgley. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Ross Edgley was amazing.
Remains our most underrated episode.
Yeah, that just didn't do very well for us
at all. So good.
It was a great app.
Can we keep scrolling down? Just trying to remember. Oh my god, we had. What's she called on the porn star that passed?
Yeah, Sophie Anderson.
Sophie Anderson, yeah.
And that was a really funny episode.
Oh, it was amazing. She was the loveliest woman as well.
Yeah.
So nice. She did get her deflated boob out though.
Yeah. What about? Were you there for the first Specs app?
Yes.
The first Specs app was actually.
I was like, I said we should have Specs on.
Yeah.
And
that was generational.
That was unbelievable because he come with some mad shit. That Theo one.
Yeah. See.
Oh my.
Who's that?
Editing thumbnail. You know, we might have to start doing that. You know how we put in our thumbnail the guest at the front?
Yeah.
I think we should make small ones that, like how my cursed image got done.
That George
Small but
Clyde
barely believable.
It was a real pic.
I thought it was. I think we did it for like the Instagram post stuff. And we just like when it was the slide. And
The Theo Baker one as the whale.
He looks a bit like Joe from
What else have we got
Basement Yard.
Angry. Yeah,
the first James Smith was sick. That was so good.
Oh, the best era. I'm in there.
Italian bird.
Yeah, that was good.
Guy Nazis.
Oh my god.
This one. Raphael Rowe.
The Halloween special when I got Ryan Wimbridge on.
I would say there's been
That's
there's
single-handedly
many moments when I've thought about letting you go.
No, that
But
for
I
me
think that was
single-handedly is my worst moment ever at this
I
company.
remember thinking, what the fuck is happening?
So
No, we have to speak about this.
For those who don't know,
bad.
we obviously the Halloween episode, we all dressed up, and I thought, fuck it. I'm going to do some surprises to the boys and just have some special guests that appear.
For
One of
15
them
minutes
being, by the
apiece.
way, can I just say, this is before the allegations towards the man. So we weren't aware of the dodginess. However, he was a lovely lad. I contacted Ryan and said, would you like to make a special appearance on the fellas? And I thought, well, as it's costume, you can kind of come in fancy dress and you to reveal yourself. I thought you guys were as chronically online as me and would know who he is.
This is so
and the problem is you didn't know, and you can see Chip's face when he walks in.
By the way, the fucking background is crazy good.
Here we go.
Is the audio playing for headphones?
No.
That's fine. Leave it.
It's fine. He just comes in. Look. Me and Chip ain't got.
What's
Chip
he doing?
Looking at me. He doesn't know what to do.
And then this bit. I just start clapping out of awkwardness. Yeah, I ain't got a clue.
Oh man,
this episode.
So right, no. So Chip then, but people don't know this. Obviously, when we had a guest who would do like what was it, guest roulette or whatever. What was the game we used to do? The mystery guest thing where they had to guess who it was. We did it for Aaron Ramsdale.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember what it was. Mystery Capper. Yeah, so and we would have to like set the setup. So we'd bring a mic on and lift it from underneath and then do a mic test with them. So it's usually like a 10-15 second like interval. But obviously Ryan was there getting set up and Chip was just silent. And I look at my phone and Chip's texting me tons going, who is this guy? Like, what are we doing? And then I just sort of go, that's why I then explain who he is.
Mate, and let me tell you, I even want to explain it. I'll say it like this, but the way I've tried to play it off, because I don't want him to feel uncomfortable. Like that's rude if I just go, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah, you want him to.
So I wanted him to feel good about himself, and so I was like clapping him, and I just like went. If you just listen to the talk, it's really vague and like.
Because if you don't know someone, you've got to approach it in a vague way because you can't.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can dial in on because you don't know who.
And then I'm looking at Prod like Prod carry this convo because you're the only guy that knows who he is.
I was texting on the table like, bro, who?
You were texting Stanley because Stanley obviously wasn't.
Both of you got messages being like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah,
that was a tough.
That is so funny bringing up someone.
So we did, but at the time in a certain space of TikTok, he was blowing up.
Yeah, he was blowing up. We just hadn't seen him.
Yeah, but that
because we also had on fucking what's his name,
John May.
John
but
May.
you guys knew about him because
and only like the day before I'd seen a clip of him, so thank God I saw
the
that.
clip was like you both went, "Oh, we know who you are." And it was like,
oh no!
I felt really bad on the John May thing because I kind of like did not called him out, but I did on the pod basically saying you're lying, like that you've not drunk this amount.
Yeah,
and the audience like sort of came at me a little bit because they said, "Oh, who the fuck does he think he is?" Like calling him out, sort of thing. But I just basically said, "How the fuck is he not put on weight?"
Yeah.
Do you think that was legit?
Fuck, I don't know / care enough anymore.
Yeah,
but
no. Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. But oh mate, this whole episode is a fever dream looking back at it. Like, so
Another
funny.
one of our best clips from this episode was the jigsaw thing. That Chip played that so perfectly.
Yeah, no, because I didn't get the meme either. So it was great.
No, but Chip knew the meme.
Yes,
so
I know.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
That's the perfect way to have it.
Yeah.
So good. I tell you what, another highlight episode for me was when you unfortunately ill, Cal, and we had Angry Ginger on for the
Oh my God.
That I
so
genuinely have never had such a fucking laugh in the office before doing a pod. Okay, so you're like, you were literally saying to me, I'm not doing this pod, I can't do it on my own.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you can do it, it's fine. And you were like refusing to leave your seat in the office. And you didn't know Ginger at the time.
Yeah,
I was
not
like,
met him
"Fuck
yet,
it,
had
bro.
I?"
You've got it, it's fine. And then we ended up doing it, and I just remember it just being like so funny because you kind of didn't really know what to say so many times. I kept having to jump in.
I had to play into it because I was like, I don't really know how to carry this.
Oh man, I never remember.
I was Ginge because like I was like, oh, I really want this guy to have a good time, but like, I'm not a good interviewer. So like, because when you got a new guy on, it's almost slightly interviewy.
Yeah.
And I was like, you've got to really care.
Yeah.
Like you've got to really know I don't know, just interviewing's not my thing. I'm really bad at it, which you were really good at it.
That's and I remember
there, I panicked big time.
I messaged afterwards. I was like, how'd it go? You guys are like, yeah, went all right. And I met Ginge like 3 weeks later. I didn't watch the episode, but I met Ginge like 3 weeks later, and I was like, oh mate, like sorry, obviously I couldn't make it. And Ginge goes, it was I mean, Chip stopped in the middle to ask what we should talk about.
Yeah, but that was, you know what though? That was a joke from me.
I know that's your type of humor. Yeah.
Like, so it went silent for a bit. So I was like, so what should we talk about now? But like I'd done it in a jokey way, and I'm not sure anybody had caught on to the banter.
Can we keep scrolling through the apps? Because
there'll be some
need to jog some memories, Matt.
Good lad, Ginge. Lost a lot of weight.
Though, I'm trying to think. One of the drunkest was the Toby from Love Island episode.
Oh yeah. It was a great.
He got plastered.
A good time.
That awards episode was really funny when we all dressed up in tuxes. That was really good. Just going over all the Theo Baker moments. Do you remember in season 3 there was a period where we just had Theo on all the time?
Yeah. No, and here's another bit of lore. Like, we were genuinely looking at having Theo come on as a third host, and we started speaking to him about like financials, but he kept taking the piss, trying to ask for too much, and we just told him fuck off.
Mate, imagine how many
was asking
how many pods would that be?
Yeah.
4 Theo Baker pods.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, that's the last person we need to be on our podcast now.
Yeah, and the fans just get actually revolted anyway. They were like, no.
It's interesting. I've never met such a divisive individual on the internet.
Yeah,
amongst our family. Husnain episode was great.
The Husnain one was
he's still up to mad shit, by the way.
I haven't seen much. What's he doing?
Just breaking into festivals, having a good time.
You know what? The Rufus Rice appearances disappointed me how they didn't do well.
Yeah.
His first one did all right, but his second one stunk.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It was annoying because it was a really good pod. JME amazing.
Yeah. The Eddie Abu one, we did quite well to get him on at the time that we did. Yeah. Obviously, Hardest Geezer was a great app as well.
The Darkcast was so good.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Hardest Geezer.
Yeah. Oh man, the Joe Sugg.
Joe Sugg was good.
So good.
Shout out to him. He just ran the London Marathon too.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah.
What a legend, man.
Well, he actually, I texted him afterwards, and he said that he had a gel. And like ones that he's been having the whole time, had one gel, spewed it up, and then just couldn't have a gel until the end.
Oh my God.
And he said he was knackered.
Did great,
I saw Max Fosh on the course.
Yes, he said he was out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Armstrong was a good episode too.
Yeah, very good.
Obviously, Ross Edgley.
The was that the first AB one?
That was you had him on podcast, but then
Yeah.
He's got a bit of facial hair since then.
Yeah, he does.
Fucking AB.
I saw you in some Young LA the other week.
Crouchy, yeah.
You got a little sponsorship now.
Nah, AB just give me the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff.
Okay, nice.
Hey, got Crouchy app. That was a good one.
Oh,
yeah, that was brilliant.
Another seminal one.
That was what I mean for me. The clip that I remember out of that is just the brain rot stuff.
So good.
That was such a great
Basement Yard
moment.
is still one of my favorite eps ever because I've never really we vibed so well.
Yeah. Really
That
good.
making me think I was fucking gay.
Really?
Yeah, because I was just there like, fuck, I've never had a connection like this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I hear that, bro.
Syndicate, Unreal as well.
Yes.
A lot of people that episode went down way better than I
Get him
thought it
on
was
once
gonna
a
do.
year. He's just a good lad, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's always up to mad shit. Like even now, just hearing about
He's
the
like
farm
one of those
and
guys
everything.
that's so happy. It's like nice to be around him, really. Love hanging around him.
Yeah.
He's go season 1.
No, because Proddy wasn't there for season 1.
Or was it
Season
none?
2 was
Season
like
Oh,
two.
you started
Started
season
season 2,
2.
didn't he?
Yeah, shit. Oh,
Yeah, so WTS.
well,
Short start off. Then we had GK Barry. Oh, that's quite. Oh, and Jack Johnson. That was a good triple
header right there.
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember the sex
We had a
coach?
sex coach on.
She
that
worked
was
in
it.
the building.
And
That was
didn't she get loads of stick in the comments because she kept like going,
Yeah,
you guys said.
it's difficult though because people that don't go on long form,
I know.
you don't realize that you say all these particular things or you have certain mannerisms. And so if it's a new format,
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying she caught a load of stick for it, and it was just a bit unnecessary. Yeah.
Founder of Gumball. Oh yeah.
yeah, that was a good.
episode stunk, but it was
He had
Interesting.
stories
for sure.
Shits and
Uncle
gigs.
Roger.
I wasn't there for that.
We did go through, I think, a bit of a weak patch with guests. Not saying these guys are weak guests at all, but I feel like there was a period where we, needed to step it up a little bit, and we did, to be fair.
Yeah, it happens every now
We
and
went
then.
Spence.
You do have-
We've had a lot of people on, and it's not always easy in the UK to get. New
It's
and
not.
interesting
It's really
people.
not.
It's not like we're some
Keep going.
fucking.
Let's talk
massive
about Tom
country like
Aspinall one
USA.
real quick.
Oh,
Because when we had him on, he definitely wasn't as big as he is now. And it was the end,
now
of,
now
end of a
he's
media
fucking-
day, and he was knackered, bless him.
Yeah, we got a little bit unlucky with that. And not only that, but now he seems a lot more comfortable on the mic. Like I've seen him doing a lot of his promo and stuff, and he's really good on the mic.
Not the famous fingering.
He probably found us annoying.
Yeah,
That was questionable.
that was
Do you remember that one, Chip? Did you see that clip?
Oh yeah, the fingering thing. Yeah, I did see that.
What else we got here?
Oh, one clip that always pops up is when we had KSI on. He said about turning down a podcast for 10Ms.
Oh yes, of course.
Oh, let's talk about the Aussie trip.
Aussie trip.
Sick.
That was moving.
Would you say that was your favorite part of the
I
fellas?
would say that was the most surreal part of the fellas experience for me. That was the first time I've ever realized that like loads of people actually watch this shit. Like that was insane.
You lot killing the chicken?
Oh my
turkey.
god.
Turkey, sorry, the turkey.
That should be in the highlight.
Murderous men.
Yeah, that was.
No,
that
but
was
the thing
mad.
is as well, like we actually just went to go and play a round of golf on this really
Killing
shit little
turkey, mate.
course.
Turkey,
It was a
turkey.
turkey.
It was a turkey.
Yeah, it was so peak, bro.
The caption: Cal Freezy deletes a turkey.
That's horrible.
It was so.
I'm glad I weren't there because I wouldn't have liked to see.
Nah, you wouldn't
that.
have it because
I
it
don't-
was moving around for far too
I
long.
hate that kind of.
But this whole trip was sick. I remember doing it like.
Fucking G.
Does anyone, anyone who's ever seen this clip actually believe it? Fucking hell, mate. People in comments think they're like,
they think they're
fucking Inspector Gadget over
CIA.
there. CIA.
Mate, there's so many.
Oh, I see right through it. There's no way it's real.
Yeah.
Just is though.
I do does crack me up, man. The internet, it really does.
I'm trying to think of other things. We had G Film drink his piss for 200 quid or something. That was good.
I remember we went.
Oh my god, yeah, G-Film drinking piss. Fucking hell.
We went to the Cyberman match literally like a few days after at the Charlton Stadium, and I remember John and James Frames, me and Harry were chatting to them. They were like, "You're a fucking idiot." It's like, how on earth have you done that for only 250 quid?
Yeah.
Like drinking a literal person's piss.
It was mad as well. I remember that. We did the podcast there with the kangaroos, just like
They
randomly.
fucking scary, man.
Yeah, that jacked one.
Mate, over 230 X is like.
being sick. Window Kid's someone that I've always wanted to have on, but like I feel like he got really unwell as he was popping off, and he would have been a good fella's guest, but he then just got really ill again, which was really sad. I think he's coming back.
Is he all right now?
I think he's coming back to it. He uploaded
like
his
a lovely
first
guy.
YouTube vlog again for...
Yeah.
That was another thing, actually. I had him on Prodcast, and it was an amazing episode. Like, he spoke about all his alcohol abuse and like how he's essentially like now had to be sober. And it was really great. But then I had loads of his fans just giving me shit for like the fact that they couldn't watch it. And because it was on Fellas Loaded.
Yeah.
You get that with engaged audiences, though.
This, by the way, episode one, Jamie Hutchinson.
That's top 5.
That's my favorite pod.
If you were, all right, give us your top 5 fellas pods while you were here.
I can't do an order. I genuinely can't do an order.
Just give
I know. I need
Can
it.
I say them and then we'll order them?
Yeah.
Go on.
Stanley, can you note these down as I say them so I can just do it on your phone if you want? Probably easier. So Aaron Ramsdale, Jamie Hutchinson V1.
Yeah, episode 1.
I'm going to then say, just for comedic value, actually no.
Bro can't even get 5 good apps.
No.
We're cooked.
Ross Edgley was definitely the most underrated.
All right,
I've never been more
3.
interested by a bloke.
Oh, that landed right on you.
Did you just flick a
You
bogey
just chuck a bogey
That's
at me.
3.
Fucking freak.
I've said Ramsdale, haven't I? Yeah. Let's go with Joe Sugg. Loved that one.
Yeah.
YouTube nostalgia.
You got one more.
And I'm going to put the first Rotoshore one because it was my first step.
Yeah.
That was also just a really good
was
episode.
amazing.
That one.
It was
Never
sick.
go wrong with that.
All right, so now you got to order them.
Okay.
Top 5 apps.
Top 5, let's go.
Oh, fuck, Specs. First Specs one as well.
Oh, but what are you going to replace?
I'll take Ross Edgley out just because the Specs one was unmatched. So we've got Specs.
So what? Okay, we'll go from 5. Number 5. What do you want in 5?
Can you read them out to me again?
Ramsdale, Hutchinson V1, Specs V1, Sugg, W2S.
5, Sugg. 4, W2S. 3. Wait, what's the other 3?
Specs, Hutchinson, Ramsdale. No.
Hutchinson V1 at 3.
Yeah.
Ramsdale 2. Specs V1 number 1.
Yeah.
I think that's a strong top 5.
I remember actually being in tears after the first episode.
Can you pull this clip up? It was the wanking one without his glasses.
Oh,
when he got off the set, and everyone, we were in the office. So we were in the office, and you know how we used to work in the same room as the Fellas podcast studio in the old place. He gets up, and I remember everyone in the office just dying with laughter. It was Frampton who was in there at the time. Wait, can we put the headphones on?
Wait, people were working in the same...
Yeah. What, do you not remember that? Where we had that set? So that set, and then behind it was a big long desk. And
we had Frampton, Elliot, G-Film, all that lot.
Switch on shit, man.
No, I don't still... We've had a few rooms. Where?
Okay.
How do you not remember that?
In the big room where we had the Fellas set the whole time.
Yeah.
Where the last lap set is where we had desks. Remember we did suit day?
Yeah. It's coming back to me. Thank you, fellas.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find my
brain's
glasses. I
gone.
needed to have this shoulder shake because my arrow was just bursting. Yeah. So I've gone on like X videos, and I thought, let me just do the first video because I ain't got my glasses. Quick 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Finished, put my glasses on now. I'm like, she-mail.
He walks off. He left.
You didn't clock it. I ain't got my glasses. I can't see.
Oh, shit.
This
What a
one
fucking boy.
going in.
Can't you see like the shape of like 2 dicks?
I ain't got my glasses, bro.
Honestly,
So I could've
bro.
found
There's also, though, the moment we've got to speak about is your shower wank. That,
Well, when
and
he
then
falls to
I
the
fall
ground.
off the seat, don't I, Stanley? Do you remember that?
That was my first clip, I think, I ever made.
Really?
Get that up.
That would have been... Oh, nah, this is so funny. No, it's not
Is it not that one?
No, you had specs in the
search bar stuff.
Yeah.
When you say better though, what? Like more energy?
You feel quite good about yourself. It's like almost like a look at me, I can do this. I don't have to be like fucking in a corner all the time. Like
is that how you sit in the fucking corner, staring at the wall?
You know, I stood up in the shower. Can I show you? Can I show you? So I'll be like, hey, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I'll be pushed up, obviously, against the wall. And I'll be going, I'll be like, I'll be in, so like, oh.
All right, and then you're batting up.
I have to go in. I was like, collapsing like. Nah, but you know, in the end,
that is the craziest.
No, but in the end, you'd be like, just sat there in the shower. You got nut all over you. And then whilst I'm on the floor, I'll reach up to the handle. I switch it from rainfall to the shower handle thing. And then I'll just
watch the nut on you.
Thing is,
Mate, honestly, what?
The amount of oversharing this podcast is insane.
Bro,
it's so
that's why
good.
people like it, though.
No, exactly.
Chip's the best oversharer, though.
It's almost like it's like
oh, the way I collapsed though. Fuck, that was like fucking second tower's been hit.
yeah.
So good.
Jesus Christ.
It's
an inside job, that one.
Okay, right. What would you say is your top 5 between you two or your own?
I feel like you nailed a couple of them.
Any
for
that
sure.
I missed that you loved?
I really did enjoy Basement Yard.
Yeah, I was just about to say Basement Yard for me was really good fucking back. And they were really funny. Like, it's not often you encounter two men just funnier than yourselves.
Oh, mate, it was the Twin Towers thing.
That Twin Towers thing was
clip is
fucking
unreal.
insane.
It's a shame because it actually doesn't come across
you
as
can't
funny
see it.
because they can't see what we're referencing in
No,
It was funny
because it
for
was
us.
like there was smoke outside, and
Yeah.
you were like staring like this, and then Frankie looks at you going,
What are you looking at?
What are you looking at?
There's
Give me
smoke coming out of that
PTSD.
building. We don't joke about that.
Yeah, it was something like, oh, when people stare out our windows, here we get a little bit.
Was there an episode you didn't enjoy?
Oh, good question. Good question.
It's gotta be.
There definitely has been.
There'll be.
There's been a couple solos where I've been like, it's just not vibed.
Yeah.
And like you boys have like not necessarily like you've had really busy days or something like that where we know all for a fact that was a fucking stinker.
Yeah.
Guest wise, I'm trying to think. I've kind of had a few episodes where the guest has been a bit rude.
Really?
Like, to me.
Oh,
Kind of
really?
Just a bit like.
Oh, really?
Not like a rude, but sort of like I just don't know where I stand with you. Like I'm trying to be accommodating here, but I don't know. But I can't remember any particular examples.
Yeah. Yeah, it would definitely be one of the solo eps where it's
solo eps, yeah, for sure. We've had some stinkers with that, but we've also had some solo eps that have just been incredible.
Some of our best eps are solo eps.
I agree, and they just don't get the views or the thingy.
But the loyalists,
I
apps, like the actual Fellas fans.
That's why the bonus eps on Loaded are good though, because they literally just like.
We've had some of the funniest episodes as a bonus episode.
Yeah, some of our
I'm
best,
locked into
some of our
Subway
best.
Surfer.
I'm watching the Subway Surfer right now.
I'm locked in.
shit.
Right,
Oh my god, bro! I was watching that.
Can I just say he's putting in a fucking great
Yeah, he was
performance right
flying
now.
through. Oh my god,
That's
that's
just
awesome.
proof that this
you
shit
know what?
fucking really works. Because he's got 3 guys on the sofa dialed into the smallest part of the screen.
on the screen.
You know what? Now I'm unemployed. I might actually have to lock into Subway Surfers and get good at it.
I
used to play
it's
quite
what
a
I
bit.
play on the flights and stuff. It's
I do need a new mobile game.
Was there a guest that you always wanted to get on that you just never managed
Yeah,
to get on?
fucking Stephen Graham.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
No, but that wasn't necessarily someone that we could have got.
I think we could have,
I think we could have.
Maybe.
The amount of promo runs that he's done for things.
He's really, I know it sounds crazy to say, but he's now even bigger. So
Stanley, get off that shit.
Now,
Yeah, it's actually doing my head.
now it'd be a bit.
I'm trying to think also who else. I mean, it's tricky because the Americans, I wanted us to go to America and bang out a load of pods. Like I said that to you for ages. I think that would have been so
That
good.
would have been great.
Speak to Pete, like try and get fucking Joe Rogan on some mad shit like that. Like things that I think personally, if we really, really dedicated a couple months to really like just grinding it out, we could have done.
Yeah.
But it's quite tricky for you boys. You run a business, like you have
to get over there
35
for a while.
employees. Like it's so tricky. Like I get it. But
Be a no.
yeah, I think in terms of guests, I always loved the informative guests, but I guess that's just for me personally. Like,
Do you want to know what I would say is the most underrated pod? You said it was a Ross Edgley one. I know it ended up doing well, but just not enough people talked about it. Was actually the Ash Dykes app.
Fucking banger.
It did well.
Man.
It did really.
It ended up doing well. Yeah,
such a good storyteller.
Well.
Mate,
Definitely got to get him back on when he's done like a one more trip because he's done his Suriname one. Maybe get one more in there, then we
get him on.
Back on again for sure.
That was a banger, and he just tells stories really well.
Yeah,
he's good. He's good. And also as well, like he's like an early Joe Rogan guy as well. He went to Joe Rogan like 3 years ago.
He's like our it's a little Bear Grylls, isn't he? But
yeah.
It's like a little bit more of a niche one.
I'm trying to think. We definitely had guests.
The
We've definitely had guests we've pulled the plug on last minute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was one.
There was one. I won't go into it. Yeah, but that was bad. That was bad. It was an oversight from me thinking it would be a good pod.
All right, now that it's your final week, I guess, of the fellas.
Yeah.
Was there ever a moment that you thought you were gonna get the sack from the pod?
Oh no!
You were maybe oh shit.
Oh fuck it! Yeah, let's talk about it. There was a few moments where I'm like, yeah, these boys don't rate me anymore. Like, not in a way that was like I was scared for my job. It was more like I just felt a couple times where I just didn't feel the energy was there, and like I knew how important it was to the pod. And I think we were in the old studio, and there was a particular moment where I didn't put some soundproofing up, and we had a meeting, and it was a pretty like hairy meeting, and it was a kind of a bit hostile, and it was with you two as well. So I was like, this isn't just like a Fellas Studios formality. This is now a Fellas podcast thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, man, like we actually need to fix up because things are getting a bit shit currently. Okay. But you know, I'm always one of these people, like I'll always put my job first in terms of in the studio and stuff, and I knew what sometimes I needed to do to turn things around, and like I think you boys as well knew how to we ended up knowing how to work with each other really well. I think
I would agree. All right, was there ever a mistake that you had made
that I never told you about?
Yeah, that we never told about, or you somehow managed to like
wangle your way out of it,
or just like mask it or fix it before we knew the mistake was a thing?
There was one actually like 6 months ago, I think. No, less than that. Because I remember telling Ness about it and dropping you a message or something. What was it? It was something about. What was it? You just replied calm because I was like honest about it. I genuinely, for the life of me, can't remember what it was.
I don't remember either. Not coming to my mind. Oh, I'm
either way.
Lagging.
I think it was the basement yard. No, Dr. Mike. So I forgot to send it for approval to his management.
Oh, right.
So he had a really like strict approval process because he's a doctor and because he says medical advice. They need to make sure what he's saying is correct.
Yeah, of course.
And I had a really busy week. We came back from New York, and I think I had. We had a few things going on, a few records. It was just a hectic couple of days. And Stanley had edited the pod on the Friday. And the usual routine is Stanley will edit the pod usually Thursday, Friday, sometimes Monday if he's like stacked up or whatever. And then Monday morning I'll have the pod on a frame link to watch and make notes. Stanley had the pod to me on the Friday, but I ended up watching it Monday morning. And because I watched it Monday morning, I then just made the notes, gave it to Stanley. He did the notes, and I was like, sweet, upload to Bunny, which is the website we do for Fellas Loaded. And then I was like, I feel like I'm missing something, or whatever. We'll check back on emails. And that was it. The manager, DM WhatsApp me, basically said, hey bro, like let me know when you got the pod ready for approval. And it was like 4 p.m. UK time.
Oh wow.
Or 3 p.m. UK time. And I was like, hey man, yeah, we'll send over now. Could you let me know like in the next couple of hours if there's any changes, because we put the pod out like this evening. And sort of kind of firmed it a little bit, but then he was like, not going to be possible. Mike's in the hospital all day. Won't be able to check until this evening US time, which is obviously the early morning for us in England. And then we ended up, I think, putting it out the next day at lunch or something on Loaded. But
I remember this now.
We put out a story saying technical issue, I think.
Yeah.
Technical issue is a calm.
Technical issue is probably brain glitch.
Yeah. But it was calm though, and there wasn't. I don't think in the end there was any changes, which is really long because it could have gone out on time.
Yeah, but better safe than sorry.
But I remember just telling you boys that like. I'm still waiting to hear back on feedback because I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm not. That's not me being dishonest. That's just like the truth. I haven't got the feedback because they ain't got the pod.
Yeah.
That's
Bro
a good
just forgot
point.
the second part of the sentence. That's all.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful with your words to your bosses. That's advice to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other things the fans would like to know about because of like behind the scenes bits.
I guess I think one thing that's like very interesting is a lot of people think that probably my job has just been just turning up and doing the pods. I feel like sometimes people don't realise what goes into it. And obviously since Stanley came on board, you got a little belly slip.
Belly's been hanging out.
Since Stanley came and like was just Fellas podcast editor, the workflow got so much easier. But like beforehand, it was pretty fucking mental. We'd do the pod, I'd edit the pod, I'd put the pod out and make the clips all on my own.
And plan. You have to plan.
And plan it. But my planning definitely got better though when I had
Yeah,
more time.
defo did.
Like the docs,
your docs became way
I feel
better.
like I've set a good standard this place with the documents.
I feel like, like you've got really good docs. Like I like when I go on it, I'm like, it's a good shit.
Yeah. It's just easy to read.
Yeah, it's nice and easy. You know what works for us now. So you know not to fucking feed us loads of bullshit and just get straight to the facts.
Yeah, and we just like, and you know, we have the document up on the screen during the pod, and it would be easy for you guys to pal it. Obviously, you look at it before, but yeah, like doing all of that, and then when Stanley come in, it makes my producing job more focused, and I can actually focus on making sure what we're talking about was way more effective and like, you know, quality,
better quality.
Yeah, and not just like sometimes it is really good just to chat shit, but then also at the same time having structure to the shit chatting.
Yeah, it's good. The brain rot's good.
The brain rot's needed,
but like it's needed, but it's also needed to like have direction in the pod. Like, could you imagine if Cal was like me? Like we'd be fucked.
We would be.
You know what I mean? Like nobody actually taking the conversation forward because I just every now and then we'd just be going, should be on Nero, go Nero.
I've got a question for you boys.
Dun. So
obviously from next week's pod, I won't be here. What's one thing that you guys want from the pod moving forward? Like give me a 6-month vision if you can.
Now that you're gone, we'll go to the US and get them pods done.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, but no joke.
So we're going on tour
We
next
actually are
week.
going to have to go to do the US thing at some point. I don't know when, but we actually need to do it.
that.
I definitely want to do that on my pod. I was thinking that, like, go over and record. Like,
well, there'll be so many athletes and stuff over there.
Exactly,
that'd be good. I do eventually want to do a new 6 set with like a good budget.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
What budget?
Just a good. I just need money.
Yeah, he wants to spend money on this fucking gaff. We love this set so much.
This is so good.
It's so annoying.
I think we can make a better one, but it's just finding the right idea because this is really special. And I actually don't like. That's why I'm not in a rush because I don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah. Like, how comfy is this couch?
Like we've spoken about refreshing it. I'm like, yeah, it's good, but if we're gonna change it, I think we just get something new.
Yeah.
I think 2 year mark's good for something this good. 2 years.
Yeah, we did give this 2 years to be fair.
Whereas the other ones were 1 year, but looking back on them other sets, I'm like, 1 year's enough.
In terms of,
I actually really didn't like the Skyline
looking back,
set.
I don't.
You
like
didn't like it.
165th floor. I didn't ever.
Looking back, I don't like any of them.
Comfortable for anyone.
No, but in a weird way though, we had so many clips from that.
Yeah.
pod,
That was
So
our
you know what
greatest season.
Our
I'd say.
Yeah.
seating arrangement, I hated sitting up at the desk in the bar stools. Not my kind of vibe. This couple brewskis with the boys.
I love the handheld mics.
Yeah, handheld was
this
crazy.
feels like relaxing, you know. Halo, Star Wars battles, fucking Rogue Squadron on behind you on the snares.
Yeah.
Fellas podcast.
I'm trying to think
logo,
other things in the next
Just
6
nice
months
and
what
chill.
we'd like to have. I don't know. I guess that's for whoever the fuck is gonna jump on this.
And you
pod
guys
next.
haven't got a replacement yet, have you?
No. We haven't got that nailed in. We're gonna fuck around and find out. That's the plan.
Sometimes I think fucking maybe Stanley should do it, and then I just come to my senses.
Cheers,
Poor guy.
You know what, Stanley? That's really poor.
Stanley,
isn't it?
Because
Stanley.
Stanley, I
Honestly.
think you're class.
You know what? I'm gonna quit
grow
too as well.
Stanley, you're gonna
I'm gonna
grow
go
up to
Prods.
be a
You're
good
gone.
guy.
I'll go as
He's
well.
on a streaming hype now, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Stanley. I actually do like you a lot.
Sometimes you always.
You
text
know,
me
I have
about
so much respect for you lot who stream. Like, it's fair fucking play.
it. Don't say okay. First of all, you lot. This guy, don't fucking loop him in there. This guy don't
Trust
stream.
me.
It's coming.
Stanley's a streamer.
It's coming. Stanley's a
avid.
streamer.
But you are. It is coming.
It is
No,
coming.
it's not.
You know what? I was scrolling back through my old Twitch months recently, looking at like hours streamed. Like it would just be like 300 and something hours streamed for a month. That is a long fucking time.
Like someone's full-time job.
Yeah, like you put effort into it. Whereas now I log
Well,
onto
that's
my
more than
Twitch
8
and you're
hours
never
a day.
fucking live.
Well, that's some people work 12-hour days.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
What is this a competition?
No,
Is that what we're
I'm
doing?
not saying that I was working hard or anything. I was just saying that.
That is working hard. Don't let Proddy put you down there, bro. You're in your grind.
I'm sat in a fucking seat playing games.
Yeah,
so.
entertaining, bro. Entertaining people.
Do you think it will get
That's
more
not
and more
work
out
for
of
me.
touch?
It's just natural.
Oh, it fucking feels like work.
Right, I've ruined it. Yeah, for you to deal with me. But yeah, no, back in the day I was on that grind, but not anymore. Not on that Twitch grind. It's coming back though.
Right, Prod. Well, as we how long have we been going here? Like 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Damn.
We got a gem. Right, well, what we want to do is wrap this up with a one final. Oh wait, two. Oh, okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
By the way, just so you know, I'm not cleaning up. I'm not cleaning this up.
I've got my P45. I'm not cleaning this up.
We'll make Sam, Lee, and Stanley flip a coin or something.
Yeah, but we I was gonna say we got another thing. It's not just this.
What's this? Final gift.
Yeah. Here we go.
Ooh, don't want to drop that.
Yeah.
So, Proddy, it's been a pleasure having you on
Thank you for all these years.
for all the years.
Misery,
We got you a little
fun,
something.
Laughs. Of course, it has to be the
A little Louis Roder.
Let's go.
Look at that beast.
That's the attention to the law.
That is, if you know lore, you know about the Louis Roder.
Pop that bad boy open for a
Oh,
moment.
he's trying to get people. Bro, it's a spenny one.
It's got mechanics to it, man.
It's a spenny one. Jeez, there. Look, it comes with a certificate to prove the legitimacy of the Cristal.
How is a wine coming with a manual?
Champagne.
Please. This is a champagne.
Champagne.
All right, lads. Thank you so much.
No worries, brother.
Look, thank you so much to everyone that's like supported and helped me grow as well as a creator, as a person. Appreciate you all. It's been a sick 3.5 years. I genuinely I mean this to the bottom of my heart. I appreciate everything you guys have done for me.
Thank
you
you.
are
We
the
appreciate
best
it.
blokes. You've been great friends to me, amazing bosses. It's been a pleasure to work with you. And best of luck to
Thank you.
studios
No
moving
problem,
forward.
bro.
Well,
I'll be around. So
Good luck with all that running thing you keep mucking about with.
Yeah.
keep moving the legs.
Well, Prod, you have your era here in the Fellas podcast.
Yeah.
You've got your lore.
Yeah, man.
170 odd episodes of lore. That's a stint.
I know it is a stint.
I'm not too sure if anyone else will make it to 170 episodes.
No,
but,
I don't think you got 170 more episodes.
Nah, have faith, bro. This is the thing that keeps paying the fucking bills.
Keystone Lights on, baby.
Please. But yes, Proddy, it's been an absolute pleasure, brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you, bro.
I appreciate
Thank you, Prod. Thank you for everything, bro.
I appreciate you both and everyone watching who supported me. So thank you so much. Love you all.
Until the next episode, the first ever Prodless episode. Proddy, if you wouldn't mind leaving out of the basement.
There we go. He's up. Hey!
Yeah,
Get the life out of it.
it's all caked
Wait,
over.
is there a celebration now?
Yeah!